Hello, and welcome along to episode 5 of Marked for Deletion. You'll all be glad to know that today's episode is called Respite. And Rico, what happened last session?
Oh man. So much stuff. Let's see what happened. So, we started our last session in Burgertron, as all good sessions begin.
Oh yes.
Chowing down on burgers. We were
It's likely that we are
on...
only going to have 1 or 2 good sessions then.
Oh, okay, true. And we were just reminiscing on Big Marge and her large arms and the enormous pot of schlop or whatever it was that she was making. And we were just like, all right, let's get to business, and hopped on the old monorail, headed over to Grover Field to visit our friend Vikeza. On the way, we ran into some interesting characters. We ran into a couple of young little gangsters who were up to no good. Didn't quite start making trouble in the neighborhood while we were there, but they looked it. And then we bumped into our friend Jeremy or Jerome.
Jeremy.
I know, but John. Jeremy. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I thought you was just spelling it in a fancy way.
Yes.
And yeah, we chatted with him. About all these people who are sort of like becoming like fantasy lifers, so to speak, and the sort of the morality issues behind that stuff. We mentioned that we were visiting Vikeza in Groverside, and he seemed to know Vikeza and was like, "Oh yeah, he's a persuasive guy," hinting that there might be some sort of magical element to him. And we also found out that he is a Darktown local. But then we got quite tired of Jeremy. We told him to piss off. And then we bumped into like this orc. I don't really remember that whole encounter or the significance of.
There was a half orc who was having an argument on the phone opposite you guys.
Yeah.
And you never got their name or any information about them. You just know that because it was a telepathic conversation, all you could see was like his facial expressions.
He was
not
upset.
necessarily
He was
anything
upset.
else. And Lenny was doing face impressions of him. It was really not that important in any way.
And
You could have made it
another
important, but you didn't.
Vulgo racism moments.
Ah, yes, I see. Naive
Chalky.
Vulgo. He's just learning the world. He's learning how the world works.
Yes.
How to be a real man.
Get punched, apparently, according to.
Yeah, truly. Anyway, so then we arrived in Groverside, which was a very, very hipster area. There was lots of like, cafes and like patisseries and like, cool kids. And there was actually a lot of greenery, which was very different from anything that we had ever experienced. And made our way to Vikeza's fantastical mansion that appeared to be a glass building surrounded by a moat, which Oleg deduced was an illusion. And then upon entering Vikeza's mansion and meeting his super badass butler automaton, we discovered that most of Vikeza's mansion was in fact illusion, and that the facade was basically like television screen magic doodads. We were introduced to Vikeza, who is of course a genie, surprise, surprise, and was in fact the owner and CEO of Wishco. And basically we told him that we were friends of Eliana, and he was just like, "Oh, then you must be looking for stuff. What do you want?" And Vulgo was just like, "I need your protection." And he was like, "Tell me your name." And then I was like, no. But then we ended up telling him our names to a degree, I think. I don't know if we told him everything. But we basically spit our story to the guy, and he sort of explained to us that while fooling one or a few people is easy enough, fooling a shit ton of people is nigh impossible, and to trick his mind was in fact impossible.
Improbable.
He stated it was impossible.
A fact that Brozzig, I wrote this down. Brozzig says improbable. So then he was just like, well, I can't help you because yada, 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 but I can give you a job that might turn you on to a person who could help you. And told us the story of his former, whatever, Brixen Hind.
Brixen Hines, yeah.
Who was under Vikeza's patronage. And Vikeza had asked him to steal a trinket from the fiend Yorsh down in Perdition, and Brixen failed miserably and decided to turn himself into Yorsh and seek his protection. And so that's what he did. And Vikeza wants us to retrieve his talisman or convince Brixen to go back to him, or
yeah.
And then he was just like, by the way, Yorsh may
last
have.
Episode, didn't we?
Oh yeah. And then he was like, oh yeah, Yorsh might have info on Focus Tech. So we were just like, okay. And then at this point, we decided to exhaust our resource. We decided to use the information that Zetrix gave us to find our way into Perdition. And so we met with Nyla, yeah. Nyla, who was actually a former contact of Shift's, Shift's former boss.
Yep.
And we basically told her that we had info on this guy Robinson, who her boss Luvon might be very, very interested in. And so she took us down into Perdition to meet Luvon, and they locked us in like a kind of really nice waiting area for a very, very long time. And we sort of hung out and tried to like do stuff, but didn't really accomplish all that much. I think we just like sort of chilled. What did we do? We like tried to spy on other people.
The Cravers beat
we watched
the arrows.
Yes, that's right.
Brozzig drank poison.
We got to Brozzig drank poison.
Oh, yeah.
The drow wine, the dry sleeping poison. That's right. Jeez. What else happened?
In the cell. That was in the cell, really. You got fed.
So yeah. So then we got back up. We got back up, and Luvon. We brought to see Luvon in his office, and I guess our boy Robinson was there, all tied up and gimped up, and Luvon was just like, "I love you guys. You're the best. You're the best." And we're like, "Thanks, Luvon." And so Luvon basically offered his protection to us whilst we were traversing Perdition via some special rings that sort of let people know that for 24 hours?
No, a month.
12 hours? A month? Oh, a month.
Yes,
Okay.
a month is better than 12 hours. Yeah, but it is limited. Right? Let's sort of make it very clear.
Yes, of course. So we were just like, okay, cool. And then we went over to see, what is it called? The Church of something or other. The Church of the Faithful.
Yes, Church of the Faithful.
Yes, the Church of the Faithful is where we went to seek Brixen Hines under the care of Yorsh. But before we were even able to get there, was it before?
Yes, it was. Sorry, I pinged the wrong person out. I was going for Jezebel.
We bumped into an incredibly scary horned lady / arc fae who pulled us into like a pocket dimension of sorts, I want to say. That's what it felt like anyway.
She transported you somewhere, you don't know where.
Yeah. And she was just like, I know everything about what's happening to you, and I know Focus Tech, and there's some shit going on, and I want to figure it out, and I know you guys want to figure it out. And we were just like, whoa, this is the first time anyone's even said Focus Tech without us having to explicitly explain ourselves first. And so I can't remember how our conversation ended with Jezebel. If someone can step in and help me out here.
She wanted us to ensure, basically what we're already there to do, that Brixen Hines ended his patronage with Vikeza, because he knew some privileged information.
I believe the word was demand. She demanded that we do that for her. It was not a request.
Yes, and she's basically seemed to be the most powerful entity that we'd ever encountered. So we're kind of shaking in her boots and considering just doing this for her. just kind of because.
Yeah.
And then she like us out of her pocket dimension, and then we were just like, what the? And we were sort of back in front of the church, and so we entered the church, and I think we sort of just were like, we met that cute little receptionist dude. Yes, Vikens or Fjorgel, one of them.
Vikens then got Otis to escort you, and
Right.
Fjorgel opened the door at the end. They were the three.
We opened the door. Correct, the three cute little demons, and they brought us in to see Big Bad Yorsh, who is just like a huge, scary fiend with a penchant for little boy butts. And
Big boy butt, actually. He likes curves.
Oh yes, he likes them thick.
Smolka was too
behinds.
skinny for him.
Yes.
I like him chunky.
And we were just like, "Hey, man, this is the deal." I think we were pretty upfront with him, if I
He was
recall.
super,
right?
he was
Yeah.
super nice. He was great.
And he seemed very nice. He was very helpful. He explained that he takes in, stragglers and people who are felt undervalued or that they didn't belong. And we were just like, hey, if Rickson wants to stay here, we just want the talisman. And he was just like, sure, I'd rather be here and be Yorsh's butt slave. And we're like, that's cool, bro. Whatever floats your boat. And so I think that's where we ended. I don't know if we retrieved the talisman just
You have the talisman.
we
You were
got
given it. It was the amulet with the same mark that was on Yorsh's cigar box.
That's right.
And the cigar box was what Rickson had been asked to steal. Once a
That's
gift
right, the cigar
from
box.
once a gift from Wishko. Yeah.
I see.
Oh yeah, Wishko.
And yeah, that is where we ended. So we'll pick up a little bit a few moments later. Yorsh will wish you on your way well. And Brozzig, he will give you on your way out a small cigar. He calls it a baby cigar. It's about 4.5 inches in length and it's quite thin. And
Cool.
he will tell you
Nice
my story.
What? Sorry, there's too much talking. What
For
is he- what
telling
does he say
nice
to me?
story.
Yes. Thank you, Yorsh. Honestly, this has been very pleasant conversation. my
It's
friend.
always present with yours.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
You need safe journey to the top. Yes.
Yeah, sure. If you're offering, we will take it.
I will let you take the private elevator.
Cool. Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
And he will sort of call out Otis. Yep. And there's a little Otis that comes in and yes, sir. Oh no, that's not him. He's yes, sir. He's this guy. I forgot about him. Yes. So he comes in. And he's the private elevator. I'll take them right to. There's a very quick meeting. And he sort of leads you out the door. And normally Yorsh likes to keep his patrons overnight, but you didn't stay.
We're pretty efficient.
Oh, not pretty enough. One of the two. Shall we take you to the elevator? You're going straight to the
Wow.
top, right? And you're taking this metal guy. And he points to the butler.
Is he still all covered in blood?
He's got blood on his shoulder. It's on the shoulder of his suit.
Okay, good. As long as he's not going to draw attention to us.
Yes, I suppose we should bring him back to Vikeza.
That would be most considerate. And probably result in you surviving. Besides, you must return that talisman to my master. I would hate to have to take it from you.
I wouldn't even think of it.
Thought we were friends. Why you
Butler.
threatening us now? What is going on?
No, we are
We're
friends,
pals.
which is why I do not want to have to take it from you. But I must obey my master's orders. That is my programming.
Yeah, we won't contradict that.
I didn't think so. This elevator is quite sophisticated. And he points, and there's
Is
like
it?
so it's a series of teleports. So you're going to get
Okay.
sort of bounced upwards. And what this means is that there's plenty of time to stop somebody who's running off. And
That's
pause
cute.
it if somebody tries to leap in. And Otis sort of, yes, there's a way to make people disappear. I can't do it.
Where do they
Well-
disappear to?
Nowhere! Gone forever! Woo! Lots of tiny bits.
Oh, that kind of disappear. No, we do not want that.
Really tiny bits, I'm told. Like dust.
How often do you do this?
It's been...
When's the last time this
6
happened?
weeks. 6 weeks.
Jeez. That was
Somebody
less
upset
than expected.
Sligo. You never want to upset Sligo.
Hmm.
Who is
Sligo?
Sligo?
I-
Sligo? You don't know Sligo? Sligo, angel. Very beautiful, very clever, very important. He comes to church often.
Okay, well, we won't upset him.
Oh,
Next
no, you
time
won't.
We're in
Oh,
town.
you'll be dust.
Yep, we'll
Yeah.
be dust. How
It
much
was nice
longer is
meeting-
this elevator?
It was nice meeting you. You haven't got in yet. I'm about to send you in. Are you ready?
Oh shit! Okay, let's go.
Good luck.
I was born ready.
And he says good
Aye,
luck
aye.
as he gestures for you to go in. He's not coming with you in case you turn into dust.
Okay, thank God. Oh God. Well, now I'm scared.
And then as you step in, it's sort of... whoop, whoop, whoop. You sort of feel yourself briefly as if like entering a mental state of elevator. It's almost like being in a real elevator, you know, where you can feel yourself passing the floors, even though realistically you actually can't because it's all one motion. It feels a bit like that. So as you're teleported out to the top, you find yourself standing in the city. I will take a survival check from Brozzig and anybody else who is proficient or has more than +1 in survival.
More than +1?
So
All I have-
Hi.
who has a +1
Wow.
or more, I should say, sorry.
I don't have that either.
Brozzig, can you tell me your trait on your feature, please? May be relevant here, I'm not sure.
The man of the people.
Like your background
one or
feature. Yeah, your
whatever,
background feature.
yeah.
I think you might be able to just click display in VTT, but you might not, I'm not sure.
I don't think I've ever had to look at this description background. Yep. Nope. It will not let me display it.
Okay, cool.
Lesser folk together. It's called Layman's Understanding. You're allowed to blend in with other common folk. Oh, there we go.
You can keep going. It was a lovely, you were doing a lovely job of telling
You
everybody
blend in
else.
with other common folk. They are automatically more hospitable to you. It may give you a little bit of gossip
Okay.
along the way. That
But
sort of
TLDR, it didn't tell you, it didn't give you any advantage on finding your way about. I think one of your features did, but you chose to pick a different one. So yes.
Wait, I have that.
Oh, is it you? Is it you? What have you got?
Feature city secrets. You know the secret pattern and flow to cities. I can.
No,
find...
I didn't think so. Yeah, so you were able to find like the alleyways, backways, secrets, but no, it's not going to tell you where you are.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So anybody with a +1 in survival, or more, and Brozzig, please give me a survival
I
check.
think that's
11.
just
Was it
probably
just you?
Brozzig.
Okay. It looks nice here. That's where you're at.
Yeah, where in the
Um,
city are we? Where did we come up?
It looks
Near
lovely.
where we went down.
No, nowhere near. You've never been here before, as far as you can remember.
Great.
And as you look about, oh, not what I was looking for. Sorry. There we go. As you look about you, there are lots of very elegant apartments. So there's lots of space here. Space is usually at a premium in Anakesia, but in this particular district, there are gaps between each building. Most of the buildings are sort of fairly uniform in style, being a sort of white metal or brick or plastic, you're not really sure from a distance. And there are sort of wide boulevards between each. There are gardens and other areas and parkways. There is one very large, double-jointed building. Can I take a history check from Oleg, please? Are you also proficient, Josh, in history? Is that right? No?
I am.
You are, sorry, Mikayla. Yes, can I have from you as well, please? You're far less likely to know this, but Oleg seems to have forgotten.
I'm gonna roll.
Oh, I know it, baby.
Oh, never mind. She knows.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, okay. So this is really interesting. You've played one of the simulator games that goes through this area, and you have seen this building before.
Wow.
And this building is called. Bear with me a second. I have to find
It's
something.
just like in The Sims.
Pretty much, yeah. Is it this one? No, not this one. Yes, this is the Vega Corp building, or simply known as Vega Transport. It is this. It's the head of. It's Richard Vega's main headquarters, if you like, for Vega Transport. That doesn't necessarily tell you where you are. Brozzig, your survival check was
11.
11. You're definitely in a city somewhere.
No, Brozzig tells, yes, I know exactly where we are. That's right, the train station is this way. He just points in a random direction.
Seems correct.
I don't mean to be rude, but how long will we be walking into that direction before we get to a monorail station?
Oh, okay. Butler, you caught me. I do not know where we are.
Wow.
I've never been here. I've never been here before.
Hold out.
I believe that we are in Lower Midtown.
You haven't been here either, Butler?
No, but part of my programming is to know the local area. Lower Midtown is District 5.
Wow, we're like in the center.
Wow.
Yeah, and he
This
will
is
sort
the
of...
rich folk.
We would be able to take a monorail if necessary. But perhaps I might suggest otherwise. In the central town, there are other ways of transport. We could call a transport company, Jenny and car. It would be far more civilized.
And Vikeza, I assume, will pay?
You have,
get
yeah,
there?
you have civilized money,
corporate-
Butler.
One moment.
Corporate accounts?
And you see him
Does
stop
this guy
and think.
think we are?
And then Vikeza will pay.
Great.
Fantastic. Can we take the scenic route?
No.
Let's get an Uber Deluxe.
Yeah.
So
Since he's paying.
every Uber is an Uber Deluxe in this country, basically. So in Anakesia, you can only get car transport for hire in some of the posh areas, unless you're hiring for like a day.
I've never
cars-
been in car
Cars
before.
are pretty expensive. You guys will have potentially been in one if you've traveled out of Anakesia, as there are basically airport transfers. But that is it. So Vulgo's definitely been in one.
Yeah.
But yeah, after
Are
a short...
these
Oh, go on.
this place we're in with the very wide streets? Is that just for people to walk around, or are there cars going through them?
So the roads are roads. So I'll get us back
Okay.
there. Sorry.
They
was
are?
yeah. As opposed to sort of boulevards or walking in. So like these here, these are streets.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, and then there are some cars on the road. It's really quite peaceful though, and you
Yeah, I was
notice
just
it's-
wondering how busy it is compared
you contact
to...
for a moment, and then after a little while, this large, sort of wide saloon, beautiful, beautiful vehicle, in this sort of dark pearlescent purple, that sort of glimmers shiny silver when it catches
Oh
the sun.
my.
Pretty.
It sort of rolls up very gently, and you've got to remember that these vehicles are silent, because they are not using an engine; they are using electrolysis. As the vehicle sort of rocks up, and the doors, sort of the two doors, open side out slightly, and then open out for you. And as you look in, there is a fine sort of curved chaise longue sofa at one side, a couple of booths to sit in on the other side. There's a small fold-out bar with refreshments. There's a little writing desk.
Wow. It's like a full limo.
Oleg is doing like a walk around and just like inspecting this car like with a fine tooth comb and like just eye fucking this thing.
Is this out of suspicion
just a reminder that
curiosity?
it would be an extra
Curiosity.
dimensional space inside, so it's a larger space inside than is out of.
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
okay.
He's doing the Doctor Who thing.
Yeah, but as you inspect this, go ahead and give me a Arcana check with advantage.
Oh.
I'm already kicking back on that lounge.
As you enter in, a gentleman sort of turns around, and you'll notice his head turns, but his body doesn't move. And he's sat in the passenger seat effectively, because you don't have drivers in Anakesia. And he turns back and, good day and good evening. Welcome. It's a Gesso drive. Might I be of service? Sorry, I'm just going to go back to Oleg's role first. Oleg, what did you get?
24.
Go on, Josh.
I was gonna whisper to Oleg and say, I think it's magic, and give him guidance.
Okay.
I mean,
I think it's a
You
car.
never know where the
his
you never know where the
responsibility.
line is for knowing things.
This is what we needed. Was
26.
25.
26, yeah. Love that. So as you inspect this, It belongs to a company called Vikeza. You can see that as it is inscribed beautifully just above each of like what would be the wheel arches, I guess. They're very sophisticated cars. And you'll also notice that the car can drive in both directions, forwards, backwards, and left and right, with no sort of... The wheels will turn, not the car. So the car can go in any direction it wants. Not diagonally, though, it is worth mentioning. It can only go forwards, backwards, left and right. If it was to go diagonal, it would have to do a turn and then continue. But it gives the car a lot of mobility. You'll also note that whilst there is an extra dimensional space, it seems to be reserved to the back 2/3. The front does not seem to have any extra dimensional space. And indeed, the person who is speaking to you, who you know with a 26 to be an automaton, and a fairly unsophisticated one, it is definitely pure AI, very little actual sentience or intelligence of any sort. It is just a program, basically. Is part of the company protocol, and so he turns around and sort of, "Can I help you or be of service?"
Yeah, the drinks here are free. Drinks in mini fridge. These complimentary. Yes.
They will be added to the price of your journey.
Excellent.
I'm just admiring your car.
The butler gives you a nod, but then places his hand sort of in front of the champagne bottle, allowing you to choose anything else you want.
Wow.
Brozzig chooses one of everything.
That's fine. Everything else is a soft drink.
Yeah, I'll take a
There's
butler,
sodas,
the
juices.
soda.
Don't worry, he already knows. In contacting the company, he would have told them where he's going. You'll note that... give me an insight check, actually. Yourself, Oleg.
Could I stash some of the sodas for another
good
time?
idea.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Can I
Actually, Josh, give me an investigation check.
If you asked Brozzig, he would have just been handing them to you. He wouldn't have even asked.
How was your insight, Oleg? Oh,
I'm gonna use a D4 to add to my 8.
what lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside you.
Hey.
Wow.
And
12.
your total is 12. Yeah, so I can't remember why you're making an insight check now.
I don't know.
On
You
the
tell me.
You'll notice that the butler. Sorry, I remember now. The drinks threw me. The butler is trying not to say the address out loud. Maybe he doesn't really want you to know. What was your investigation check?
I got a 9, but I want to use one of my ID for inspirations.
Okay. Go ahead, deal it out. The
I
outer
accidentally
world
deleted my card.
is a
sorry.
reflection of the inner world. Other people's perception of you is a reflection of them, and your response to them is an awareness of you. Wow, who knew?
Wow, that's so
Deep.
I got a 13.
Okay. Yeah, as you look, as soon as you lift one can, it kind of makes this noise. And you know that the car is automatically racking up the cost. That being said, you can... It's the butler who's paying, so if you can sneak a few extras, you're more than welcome to.
I wanted to distract.
Just two, what are the ones that chill you out?
There's De-Stress, Detox. There is
You need de-stress.
De-Mist, there's De-Fritz. There is lots and lots of them, but those are the
Yeah,
favorites.
I'll sneak away to
De-Stress, Detox, De-Fritz.
Yeah, de-stress.
De-Stresses, okay. Sort of a light raspberry flavor.
Beautiful.
A little
I'll
fizzy.
save those for later.
Go ahead and
You
give me a
know
sleight of
what?
hand check with advantage, as Paisley is distracting. How are you distracting the butler? What are you doing?
I'm striking up a conversation with him and asking him to asking him about what he was up to with who did he go with to kill that guy?
Luvon?
Robbins. Yes, Luvon.
Okay.
I was like, I want to ask how that interaction was.
We entered the Siphon living quarters. I am not at liberty to disclose any further details. It was fun.
Okay, so you like fighting and violence?
Violence is one of the things I am built for. It can be most invigorating.
Oh, okay.
Butler, were you constructed by Vikeza or?
My master has
Purchased.
no talents in that area.
Oh, so yeah.
See,
he paid
who is your
someone.
maker?
You see him hesitate.
Hmm.
He sort of cocks his head at you. What was your sleight of hand check, Judge? With advantage.
It was 16.
Yeah, cool. You slide a couple of cans out, nice and easy.
Nice.
Pocket them. They'll be on the bill.
Nice. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
they'll
want him
find
to
out at
speak.
some point, but yes.
Yeah, I just
it's
want them
just
for,
maybe-
dire
Just
situations.
really pop.
So he sort of cocks his head at you. You can see him hesitating to tell you who made him.
Cock my eyebrow back at him. What's your worry, butler?
This conversation is a tad on the personal side. That I spent a long
Didn't
time
realize.
in training and in programming before I joined Vikeza. I belonged to a man. He was not my creator, but he was my instructor. Before that, I was created by... I can tell you he was an engineer for Uplink.
Or uplink.
Yes, he was an Uplink engineer who got a very large promotion after the creation of the Butler. His name was Ricardo Martinez.
Wow.
You may give me a history check, Oleg, and I'll take a history check with advantage from Mikayla. Sorry, Paisley. Paisley, thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Just a 10.
With advantage. History? That's an 18.
As a goblin name.
I was just about to say,
Goblin.
sounds like a goblin.
But he will tell you he was an engineer for Uplink, my creator. And then I was instructed by a young gentleman called Yuzi. Yuzu? Might be Yuzu. Let me just check.
Uzi.
Lucy?
I can find out in a second when I...
Love Lucy? Hurt?
How the fuck did I put this for? Naru, sorry, not Yuzu.
Wow.
That's not even slightly close. I was instructed by a gentleman called Zaru.
Zaru, you say.
We worked
Programmed
together
you
for many
well.
years. Sometimes I miss him. He was not only an instructor, but sometimes a friend.
Well, can't you, like, contact him and say what's up?
He did not part with me by choice.
Is
Awkward.
Vikeza your friend now, or you just your boss?
I was gonna say, is Vikeza not friendly?
Vikeza is an interesting master to work for. Much of his jobs that he requires of me are well within my grasp, by which you can very easily tell he means way too simple. But sometimes things can be very unusual and challenging, like yesterday. But we do not share a bond, a friendship like you would call it. It is the relationship of master and servant.
Did you sign contract like he was offering, or how is? Can you leave? Like, how does that work? I've never been servant.
I serve Zaru's debt. And he looks a little sad, and then you get the impression that is the end of that conversation. Like, he really cuts you off. But he is serving a debt on behalf of Zaru through the case.
He was sold into slavery. Yeah, great.
Sort of, or really, Zaru would have. I will let you know because I don't know how else you'd find out without him telling you. Zaru's life would have been forfeit, but instead, the butler has given a term of service to Vikeza.
So it's more of a less of a.
You definitely get the impression it was the butler's choice. He wasn't sold into slavery. He chose slavery to save Zaru.
Gotcha.
Well,
Well, if your employed to Vikeza allows you to have companions, friends, if you will, we are here to speak.
I would appreciate that.
Perhaps
Your lack of technology
Perhaps-
is very unusual and interesting.
We would be even better friends if you took hand off champagne bottle and let us share that.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you just say you'd be better friends if he took his hand off the champagne bottle?
Yeah,
Give me a persuasion check
Yeah.
with your 4
To
charisma.
celebrate
Or
the
5 now,
job
isn't it?
well done. We succeeded on.
Incredible
let's
roll.
go.
I'm absolutely rolling my d4 as well.
Hell
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Don't wait for the right moment to start. Start and make each moment right. How
15.
appropriate.
15.
15 is what you wanted, right?
He sort of twists the bottle in his hand and looks back and... I will join you. And he will open the
right.
bottle and pour you a glass and him a glass and anybody else who will want one. Will you all drink?
Hell yeah, we're drinking
Yeah,
tonight.
Is it just Vulgo who doesn't?
champagne. Woohoo! Mimosas.
Champagne for my real friends,
Um,
real pain for my champagne.
He goes to hand you one, Vulgo. Do you just sort of put your hand up or do you say anything?
I give it to Brozzig.
Volgo,
That's
this is much, it's much better than the dwarven mead you drank. The champagne is much
I don't-
lighter, bubbly
I don't-
kind of drink.
I don't
You'd
want
like
to drink that.
champagne, Vulgo.
I don't
Okay,
want
you
to
can-
drink that either. We shouldn't be drinking.
You can toast
We're
with your
celebrating.
you can toast with your soft drink. That is okay. I will not force you to have fun.
What? I beg
I'd
your pardon.
forgotten to hand this out
I,
earlier. I just want to put that out.
I don't have any
Again?
drink.
Yes, no, the soft drinks. I handed that. Did I? No, I guess I didn't do a check, but I was right there, so I don't know.
No. Volgo sort of slyly
Yeah,
took them, but if you've handed him one as well, you can hand him one as well.
I hand you one. I hand you another one. From
Die
Oh,
Fritz.
okay.
Die Fritz is watermelon flavored.
I hand you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll toast that
That's
then.
the one I want.
And about the sort of Tazaro and friendships.
To friendship.
To friendship.
Zaru.
To getting home safe.
Ooh.
Pardon me, young master, but I didn't think you had a home anymore.
Damn.
Wow. That's
Ooh.
Come on, Butler.
Stick burn, Butler. Stick
Yeah,
burn.
that's what friends
Were
do.
you not aware?
Very good. Very good.
You burned all of us with
Wait,
that
what do you-
one.
No,
Wait, are you-
I'll
this
take
was not
it.
this
You
was
being
not an
literal?
insult.
everyone's catching strays today.
Were you not aware?
Of what?
I guess not.
The area your housing was in. After that,
What about it?
after the Loxodon was shot, some of the buildings
What?
were reconstructed.
Into what?
Um,
Nicer
Repurpose-
apartments?
No, sorry, not reconstructed.
Repurpose.
Given out,
Distributed?
redistributed. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Ah.
Yes.
Redistribute the wealth.
So, I believe that other people live in your apartment.
Wow.
My
It's for the
word.
best.
All
should
my
have been
stuff
forgotten.
was there.
It is for the best.
We were
My
never going
fanfic.
I'm sure Master Vikeza could facilitate you in restoring some of your previous goods if they were important to you.
Not important.
He is
I
likely
think
to
it's
be
best
very
if no one
grateful.
sees that.
We'll be approaching. Oh,
Wow.
no engines. Get out of it. What? Why is it? What was that?
It's a lot of traffic today.
What part of town did we just drive through? What was that?
No, I was trying to put on the "I'm in a car" song, and I accidentally put the "You're being attacked by motorbikes" song on.
Oh, nice.
I have transport music, but apparently I'd forgotten that one was something slightly different. Anyway, he will inform you that you'll shortly be approaching Vikeza's apartment.
Right.
As you finish up your champagne, we will. Oh, and then he put you in the wrong mansion. That would have been a terrible mistake.
Mm.
Approach, and it's evening, and you will note that there's a sort of starry effect on the windows, reflecting a night sky that's currently not present. It's a little nebulizing going on, which obviously took place at some point, but not today. The sky is 2 moons bright, as they would say today. I have given out a little thing that says date and time in the player tools, just so you can be aware.
Yeah, I see.
So today is the 8th, which means it's the first night on which the smaller of the 2 moons comes into the sky.
Mm.
Wow.
as it would have been a new moon yesterday. Is that right? An empty moon is a new moon? I think so, right? So yes,
Yeah.
you go back to 2 moons bright again. And as you're arriving, the butler sort of nods to you, and Master Vikeza instructs that I serve your meal, and he will join you for dinner.
Awesome.
Would that be satisfactory?
Do you know how to cook everything?
I will not be cooking, I will be serving.
Oh.
He's
I
the
imagine
butler,
the food
Del,
is already-
not the cook.
I imagine the food
Excuse
is
me, I
already
thought-
prepared. One
That
moment.
was all one roll.
I believe it's rainbow trout.
Ooh, wow. I didn't know they came in that many colors.
Was that a joke, Madam Paisley?
I
Yeah,
believe
let's say
so.
it was a
Not
joke.
It gets like the shortest, most programmed laugh ever. And then, I will see you to the dining room. And he shows you to the same dining room you were in before, but today the table is different. It is this beautiful, it looks like an 8, but without the holes in the middle, if that makes any sense. So it's like 2 circles with a gap in the middle. And it's got this beautiful swirling pattern on it that's slowly moving in the grain. It's definitely wood, but it's wood that's moving ever so slightly in the pattern.
Creepy.
And there is a very elegant double wine glass setup with silver cutlery.
Man,
And,
this is
Very
the
fancy. Jeez.
the butler
Is
will
there
take a
wine in the double wine glasses?
Not
or-
yet. The butler will draw back the
That's a great
seats for each
question.
of you to allow you to sit.
Oh.
And after a short while, he will go and get what do you call it? He'll go and get a bottle of white, a bottle of red, and a crystalline decanter of water. And he will bring each one to the table. And one by one, he will offer each of you one drink or the other, or both, or neither, depending on what you want. And sort of serves very elegantly, and it is not long before the meal comes out. How are we feeling at this very sort of fancy setup?
Will our host be joining us this evening?
Just in case.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I think that Brozzig has tucked the napkin into his shirt, and he's cracked open one of those honey meads that Luvan gave him and poured that in one of the wine glasses.
Wow.
And he's
nice.
smoking the cigar that Yorsh gave him.
Brozzig, you
that's
take really well to the high life.
Yeah, I think I may have found my calling here. I
It
think
looks
this
good
cigar-
on you, my friend.
Yes, you anybody want the honey mead? Yes, they are quite cold. They're frosty.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Paisley's a messy eater.
We're learning new things every day. Vulgo.
As you're having this conversation, Vikeza enters and he gestures, and sort of the whole one wall becomes an orchestra playing music.
Whoa.
And he takes his seat. And, he motions towards your cigar. Oh, one of the Yorsh's finest. I see you did well in your travels.
We got the
The talisman, if you please.
I'll stand up, trying not to knock the chair over, like the last time we were here, and walk round to hand it to him.
Ah, Master Vulgo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Most useful. Have you thought on that deal I offered you before?
I sure have. I'm like looking at the ground because I'm too nervous to look him in the eyes. Yes,
He will motion with his hand, and a pair of eyes appear on the floor, looking up at you.
Oh, creepy.
I like jump slightly and go back to looking at his
Up
face.
here.
I have, and I would like to read over the contract.
Of course, and every good businessman should. The contracts. The contracts, where are we? And then he sort of clicks his finger in place, and a scroll sort of appears in his hand, and it unfurls down. And he will look at it and sort of read over it in his hand, and then hand it over to you.
Wow.
And I have the liberty of drawing this up in advance, although the names have just been filled in. A formal contract of proceedings in the case of a pact made between Master Vulgo Fink and Vikeza, Lord of the Flames, in respect to the granting of power to the former by the latter. This pact, made on the 4th day of Pale Sun, of the 3008th year, formally binds the first party, known in the common tongue as Vikeza, Lord of the Flames, to the second party, known in the common tongue as Vulgo Fink, until the death of the second party. Face yourself, Master Fink. During this time of service, the party is bound to, but not limited to, the following conditions. The first party, that is I, Mikayla, will never intentionally cause lethal harm to the second party, yourself. I will grant you a modicum of power to be increased throughout the duration of the agreement over a steady period of time to the second party, that is yourself, Master Fink. The first party relinquishes limited power in the form of a trinket or relevant ability to allow the second party to keep themselves safe from harm. A trinket. We should find a trinket. Here, one moment. And he enters, he sort of turns around, and then he puts a large treasure chest on the table, and he begins taking items out of it. He pulls out a little ring, and then he pulls out what looks like a strange sort of urn of ashes, and a large vase, and some sort of metal silver box that twists, an old sort of rusty brass lamp, very traditional. Anything strike your fancy? Take a pose. Look, you'd look quite good with. And he holds up the lamp, and then he also holds up the sort of metal box. You'd look quite good with one of these, don't you think?
Yeah. The lamp will be fine, thank you.
This lamp? Excellent. And he sort of hands you this slightly rusted, out of form lamp.
It's very intricate.
Well, it will get a bit more interesting later. Anyway, returning to the contract. That's the trinket. If at any time during the term of service the first party, that is I, fails to upkeep the above conditions, the contract is immediately terminated. Any property of mine that you have, you should probably return in that situation, but don't worry. I am most bound to my contracts. I will keep my deal. The second party, it's yourself, must never deliberately harm the first party, that is myself. Or through purposeful inaction cause harm to the first party. This includes, but is not limited to, requesting or paying a third party to cause harm to the first party. I would like to remind you of the situation that harm can be emotional, physical, mental, etc. Please carry on.
That seems a little bit unfair.
Oh?
Because you said that I don't want to hurt you, but you said I can't both deliberately and unintentionally harm you, but you've only covered intentionally harming me. You can unintentionally harm me?
Okay,
Wow,
so just to talk this through, you, Mr. Fink, must never deliberately harm me.
Yeah.
Or, through purposeful inaction, cause harm to me.
Yeah.
This says nothing about doing so by accident. This is deliberately or purposeful inaction.
But this still doesn't go the other way around.
What, that I must never intentionally harm you?
Through purposeful inaction.
Well, specifically, I must never cause you lethal harm.
So you can cause non-lethal harm?
And emotional harm?
Full of fish.
Occasionally these things happen in the way of life, you know. I mean, it's with business partners, it's to be happened. Anyway, back to the contract. The second party must not willingly or intentionally give or trade away your soul. It would be most unhelpful. Or willingly or intentionally complete or take part in any action that could cause permanent damage to your soul. I may need it. The second party agrees not to lie to the first party in any circumstance. Exception may be made for the magical influence from a third party, causing the second party to be unable to disclose information or avoid lying.
But
on the subject of lying, a lie, as defined by Fasot vis Asmondius, is any statement the party says, knowing said statement to be false. This does not include speculation, lies of omission, or honest lies.
But are
do
you
seem to have a lot
allowed
of
to lie
questions,
to
Master
me?
Fink. I would never do such a thing.
But
The second party must not attempt or take part in any action to bind, trap, banish, or render the first party immobile or unable to reach the second party. Furthermore, if an event should occur, the second party should attempt to the best of their abilities to allow the first party to reach or return to the second party. Not that you'd be capable of doing so, but no binding spells. Lastly, the second party agrees to perform small tasks for the first party upon request to be completed within a logical and acceptable time period. These tasks may be negotiated, but the final decision remains with the first party, that is myself. If at any time during the term of service the second party fails to upkeep the above conditions, the contract is immediately terminated and all property gained by the second party as a result of this contract is immediately and without delay returned to its original owner. And the first party, that is myself, may retain any granted property. I might also note that if you sever this contract in a manner that I feel is unfair or that I have been hard done by, then perhaps further repercussions might occur. At any time during the term of service covered by this contract, either party may request a review of the conditions or of the conditions covered by this contract. The second party agrees to not willingly discuss, allude to, imply, or reference the contents, including the name of the first party, that is I, of this contract with any outside third. This agreement can be overruled if in mutual agreement by both the first and second parties, such as in the case of your companions, outside of magical or outside influence. Terms and conditions do apply. See small print for details. That line there, that's where you sign, Vulgo. This pact is valid if signed under the duress caused either directly or indirectly by either party. You seem awful hesitant.
There's a lot of information.
Well, let me simplify for you. Don't screw me over, and I won't screw you over. Does that
What
sound
if
good?
you screw me over first?
I would never do such a thing.
Does anyone have a pen?
He clicks and as this large, beautiful quill appears. Give me a charisma save, Vulgo.
Oh no. Oh, that's a net 20 for a 24.
Nice.
Wow.
You feel a compulsion to grab it and
God.
immediately sign, but you do hesitate for a moment in your nervousness and are able to make this decision entirely of your own will.
Hopefully that registers to him that I'm not so helpless. I will.
Doesn't seem phased in the slightest.
Yeah, he don't care about me. I will take the pen, look
Mhm.
over the contract one more time, and then I will very elegantly and very nice cursive sign my name.
And as you get to the final curl on the K, the lamp that he handed you that you were holding in your other hand suddenly bursts into flames. The flames do not harm you, and it is beautiful and elegant and suddenly shiny and bright. Ah, look at that! Wonderful. Well, we should talk about some of the benefits you have gained, shouldn't we? Yes, we
Wow.
should. Okay, so first of all, you will know that occasionally people don't always do what Vikeza desires them to do. And I would like to share with you a little bit of my personal treatment for how that should be handled. Allow me to demonstrate. And he sort of reaches his hand up. Butler, if you please. And the butler sort of comes around the corner and is wheeling sort of this contraption. It's like a large piece of wood with a little step on the bottom, to which is strapped a man with his hands sort of down and his head sort of very firmly back. He is a drow. What was that?
What are you doing?
This man stole from me, and it is not a sensible thing to do. He thought,
Oh, sure.
as an employee of Wishco, he could liberate some funds for his own personal benefit. Didn't you, Senzi? He sort of strokes Senzi's face.
Surely you could have just called the police or the authorities.
Quaint. Instead, I prefer a little punishment.
But-
Yeah. Quite easy, Volko. You can emulate. As you move your hand like this, you simply think of the very flames of my body descending from your hand. And just like that, there we go. And you see his flames sort of bind around the drow. Nice and simple. And the drow begins to sort of writhe. Silence you. And he sort of puts his hand out and the drow's mouth just magically shuts up. As you see him burning. And then he sort of gestures again and the flames dissipate. And the drow is very much alive, just a little singed. Dark flame binding, I like to call it. Go ahead. Give it a go. You may use the drow, or if you find that distasteful, butler. And the butler will gesture, and there's sort of illusory figure of a nasty-looking green monster with a single big cyclopsian eye appears and sort of flutters about. It looks a bit like Mike from Monsters, Inc.
Oh, not Mike.
Not Mike Wazowski. Don't do this to him.
No. Yes, I will try to mimic the same hand gesture, and I will attempt to cast that spell on the illusion.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I surely am.
Okay, go ahead and give me a charisma check with proficiency. Charisma check plus your proficiency bonus.
That is a 17.
Wonderful. You sort of unfurl your hand, and this fiery blast sort of rides out. Sorry, you did fire it at Mike Wazowski, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. This dark cyclopsian green monster, this sort of very, very long neck, so not quite like Mike. Sort of hesitates a little moment and then sort of rides as you can see the butler is contorting it in motion, but the flames are there. He sort of nods, but you were interested in keeping safe, were you not?
Yes.
Okay, well, there's two ways in which you can do that. The first is effective, but a little boring. That lamp there, I believe you can just hold it and think of it becoming your haven, and you may enter in. It'll keep you safe.
I'll pick it up, looking at the intricate design, and I will close my eyes and...
We chose not to do that campaign.
Ha ha ha. And I will think of somewhere safe and warm and comfortable.
Okay. During this time, you vanish into your vessel. It's a 20-foot radius cylinder inside, and resembles the inside of a genie's lamp, but is beautifully sort of appointed with cushions and a sort of comfortable place to sit, and you can sort of hear the, oh yes, just like that, excellent. And you could stay in there for a while, but he will sort of, well, out you come again, and you feel yourself dragged out. You know that the one person you can't hide from in this vessel is him.
Thank you, Vikeza. We never would have gotten him out of there. Thank you.
As I come out, I'll give a pointed look to the butler and say, I have a home now.
Wow.
Yes, roast him.
Master Fink. Good. I'm glad for you. Place of safety is something you need. I haven't finished my lecture, if you will, please. And he clicks, and you feel your head sort of tilting until you're staring directly at him. Miss Delgado, put the broccoli down, I'm talking. As he gestures, the broccoli sort of leaps out of your hand and back onto the plate.
Hey.
Or off your fork and back onto the plate.
As I said,
deception is my preferred method of safety. Deception is a simple thing. A little trick, like this. And he throws the fireball at the three of you again.
Ah!
It explodes across the table and nothing happens, except for a very loud boom.
I can't
perhaps
believe I fell
something
for that again.
a little more subtle. And he will gesture towards Oleg, who is currently getting a drink from the butler.
The butler.
Otherwise known as wife. Your hair will turn dark purple and begin to plait itself until you're wearing beautiful purple pigtails. And sort of
how do I look?
Illusion in the hands of the master is a magnificent tool. You won't be a master anytime soon, but perhaps you could, I don't know, summon a barrel and pretend to be sitting in it. And he will teach you how to cast minor illusion.
Cute.
If you'd like to demonstrate.
Yes.
Okay, do me. Brozzig stands up to me.
Let's see what the description
personal
of this
manipulation is beyond our frontier, but if you so desire, and your beard will completely vanish.
Wow,
Brozzig! You'll have a beautiful, bright blonde locks to the side of your face. He then, very sort of with his finger in the air, paints some lipstick on you and some eye makeup, and then sort of does this, and a pair of breasts manifest under your top.
Yeah, only slightly bigger than Brozzig's
Yes.
current commanders.
Wow,
Now, as I was saying,
I look just like my mother. Oh no.
he clicks his fingers, and you look back to normal. And Master Fink, a demonstration, if you will, a simple one.
Very well.
Put yourself in a box or something. You can do whatever you want, but that's his suggestion if you haven't.
But the object isn't real, though. Like, you can't touch. Like, if you touch it.
No, but if you were to manifest an illusion of a 5-foot box and sit inside it, nobody else would be able to see you. They would see the illusion of the box. So, to all intents and purposes, trust me, Sasoro hid in a barrel for most of the Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll sit on the floor and I'll gesture very gently with my hand, and a red tent will appear.
Wow.
The butler looks down, and now you have 2 homes.
Yes, butler. Very good one. Good one.
That was not a joke.
All right.
It never is, butler. It never is.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not being taken seriously. Would you care for dessert?
Yes.
Always.
Excellent. And he sort of makes a sweeping gesture, and the entire sort of dining table just cleans its... Like, everything just vanishes on the spot.
Is that guy still tied up right here?
Oh, yeah. The drow is still stuck there. He's slightly
I'm still
singed.
feeling a little
He's
awkward.
silently screaming. And Vikeza is sort of noticing this. Oh, Miss Delgado, a weak stomach, eh? Well, never mind. You want to keep that broccoli down. And he clicks his fingers, and sort of another android... not really the word I'm looking for, but we'll use it. Automaton comes out. Sort of a little clankier, a little rustier, a little plainer, very stiff-limbed, sort of waddles out almost. It's very squat and has absolutely no neck. And you note that there are 2 guns proceeding from its shoulders. And he sort of gets the drow and wheels him back out of the room. The dessert is a fabulous 6-tiered ice cream cocktail with alcohol sauce and a sparkler in it.
Oh my gosh. I go hog wild on that.
You will learn more in time, Master Fink, but for now, let us celebrate your patronage. I'll have a task you in time, but for now, just relax, sit back, enjoy your meal, and you can head back and tell Eliana that you have completed your duties. What did become of Rix and Hines, by the way?
He's in a committed relationship.
Lovely.
Thank you. This is very generous, and I'll
Yes.
put the lamp in my bag.
Mhm. And the rest of you, I haven't forgotten you. Thank you very much for your service. I will perhaps show my gratitude in a little more material fashion. This gratitude will include 20 XP. No, I gave you the XP for the talisman last session, didn't I?
Sure.
Yes, I did. Somebody else has some XP for you, but not him. But he will pay each of you 500 credits. Or 2,000 if you prefer, to Brozzig.
Wow. Thanks
Throw
for
it
your
in there.
hospitality.
You are most welcome.
Vikeza, do you mind if we ask the cigar box?
You
What-
think me petty?
What significance is it to you? I mean, it was nice, but it's just a box. You have all sorts of nice stuff
It
here.
is the
you know?
sentiment of the matter. You see, a long time ago, yours was useful and a pleasant compatriot at times, if a little unwieldy. I sent him that box as a gift, filled with the finest cigars from Candra's Republic. And then recently, when I began my new endeavor, he rescinded his patronage. He was a loyal member of one of my particular ventures. He rescinded his patronage. I thought this sly of him, and he was not forthcoming about his reasons. I wished only to show him the symbolicism of rescinding my patronage also. But Rixon was useless.
It is more of a principle thing.
Partly about principle and mostly about sending a message. Never mind, I'm sure my second message will arrive later today.
Oh, you have more to say?
Yes. Is this something we should not ask about?
I wouldn't want to spoil Miss Delgado's dessert.
That's very kind of you. Let's get out of here, guys.
Don't worry, I have arranged transport to the Collusion base for you. Do finish your dessert, it is most expensive.
Alright, I do that.
I suppose I should also give you this. And he hands you a little tiny metal box. It's so this size, and it has a little chain through one corner of it, like a necklace. And he sort of tosses it to Vulgo, and in case you need to get in contact.
I'll catch and fumble with it. Thank you. And I'll put it in my bag.
But somebody change it up, pick it up. You're boring me. And he sort of nods over towards the orchestra, and tells them to sort of speed it up a little bit, give it a little bit something more interesting. And he looks at you all and, well, it's been a passable meal. The food was exquisite and the company was tolerable. I have some business to attend to, but finish up in your own time. Enjoy the wine, as I'm sure you will, young dwarf. And I will see you soon. Don't forget the wording on that
Thank
contract, Volker. It is most specific.
I know.
Excellent. I want us to remain in a good, solid, and continuous relationship for the foreseeable future.
Indeed. I would just like to say, before we go, that, anything that's not clear in the contract, it benefits the person who didn't write it. So, just in case this has to go to court.
Straight. What? Yeah. Well, of course. And that is why it is most specific. I'm sure this relationship will benefit you far more than it will benefit I. But I am a generous patron.
That you are.
Yeah.
And I'll gesture with my hand, and I will minor illusion a hand that taps him on the shoulder.
Excellent. Do bear in mind that minor illusion is static and cannot move.
Then I'll do multiple hands.
Your minor illusion in one place and then the other, like a little stop motion play.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, but just I want to make that very clear. Minor illusion cannot move.
Yes, or like creatures or anything. Yes, It's just objects and sounds.
And as he leaves, he sort of looks back and then he just flings his hand a little bit, and a dark black wave of smoke rumbles in towards the table and wraps itself around all three of your throats, not Vulgo's.
Whoa!
You don't feel it at all, but as you look down, the illusion is very realistic. For old time's sake.
Yeah.
Just as again, it disappears, and he. Good evening.
Good one. I'm
He
leaving
does have
holding
a
the sparkler.
rather dry sense of humor, doesn't he? About the comments. Well.
Yeah.
I don't know about dry. I almost peed my pants back there.
I like him.
Well, that makes one of us.
Hey, Butler, if we
Yes.
now we are pals, and you and Vulgo here are co-workers, kind of.
I will be
Yeah.
most disappointed to see you leave this evening. I have enjoyed your company in the last couple of days.
Oh, if we have some other guys that need like ass kicking,
Wow.
can we call you? You come out for a good time?
Your offer is very tempting, but unfortunately, it is a request you must make from Max Vikeza.
But you would enjoy that.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Oh.
I do like to kick some ass occasionally.
You'll have to teach Lenny one day.
What is Lenny?
Lenny will sort of pop out of my backpack, like very shyly, like
He's a little small, don't you think?
He will grow. He's young-ish. Only 218 years old.
Robots grow?
Yeah, with
I
my
don't think
help,
he
of
will
course.
grow, but you might perhaps expand him. Build
Yeah.
upon more.
God.
Yeah. That's what I meant, of course.
Well, perhaps you should get involved in the business of electrolysis and artifice.
Perhaps I will.
Excellent. It has been a pleasure. And with that, you guys can leave and head on back to the Collusion base. You are taken in a beautiful, luxurious car with no driver and no programming at all. It is an elegant white, sort of slightly cream, I suppose, matte white, long car. The very sort of wide bonnet.
Vulgo, I mean, your sugar daddy, he gives us nice stuff. But, don't you think he's kind of terrifying sometimes a little bit?
Well, who isn't terrifying?
That's true.
I think, you have to pair up with the strongest person to survive. And he's strong.
Wow.
I mean, he kind of wanted you to torture that drow.
He gave me an option, and he was fine with the non-torture option.
I mean,
I respect your reasoning.
do you think he is always
I
going
just want
to?
Go on.
I just want to double check with everyone. This was the man that Eliana told us not to make any sort of deal.
She definitely said that, is the thing.
I'm just double checking,
You can make up any silly reason not to deal with people or talk to people or
No.
But
I respect it. I respect it, Volgo. You are a man making his own choices, not influenced by the voice of others. I respect it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
you're going
saying.
you have to tell Kronks too that
you're gonna
maybe
break his
you
heart.
got to break up with Kronks too. You can't be cheating on Kronks. I don't know.
This will be heartbreaking.
He's going to be very sad.
I'm gonna
Volgo,
be sad.
give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Dude, my veins no longer look
There's
so
bugs. There's a wire in here.
That's a 13.
As you look down, you will note that your veins are no longer silvered at all.
He's mad.
And it appears that magic has left your body, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
At this point, you begin sort of, what I missed. And you look down and nothing much. But as you begin to sort of wonder if you look a bit different, the rest of the party will most definitely start to notice that first of all, your hair has little red bits at the end of its tips, almost flame-like.
Wow.
And
when did you dye your hair?
Yeah, you're working on minor illusion. It's getting good already. I can tell. Great job.
And as you sort of come to the acceptance that you now, might be a bit different, and you've let go of Kronks' power, suddenly your eyes sort of glow ever so slightly until they become a deep red.
Unbelievable.
And glittery.
Wow.
Shiny, a little bit like Fink's, a little bit like Vikeza's.
Beautiful.
Wow.
And as the car winds you through the districts, you can return to the Collusion base.
As we're in the car, I would like to fiddle around a little bit with the minor illusion, like making little objects here and there, and then like accidentally creating the sound of like a woman screaming like she's being murdered. Like, sorry.
What are you doing?
I don't know how to make it stop. I think we just wait.
God. It's too much power for Vulgo.
But yeah, you do return to the Collusion base. And it's sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And you notice Future sort of keeping an eye out over the entrance. And when you enter in, you'll see Baxter, who you've very briefly seen the back of at one point. Just sort of standing guard in the main corridor where you first met Alia behind the counter. All right? Alia? Yeah?
Yeah,
Fine.
Good. You
pretty good, all things considered.
great. All right. Go on in.
Thank you. Where's Eliana by any chance?
No.
Well,
Baxter was never the most talkative of creatures, you're beginning to realize.
I give him a thumbs up and just walk in.
Yeah, and you head into the sort of general communal area. Are you looking?
Oh, guys, I just remembered. We have to tell
Dr.
Dylan all his family drama. Oh, this is gonna be a conversation. All right.
So, are you looking specifically for Eliana, or are you asking for directions along the way, or are you just sort of
Yes,
wandering
just
about?
look
Should we do
around for either one of those people.
Yeah, Dylan, Eliana.
So you head into the sort of communal area. There's a bar over there where somebody's serving. There's a couple of places to sit. And sitting on one of the sofas, sort of relaxing out. His feet up on the end of the sofa is Dylan. And you note him sort of quite focused on some sort of game that he is playing sort of like this, but you can't see the screen or anything else.
I'll whistle at him.
Yo. Hey,
Hold on!
I look over. What's he playing? Can I see what he's playing?
No, you
Or
can't
is
see
it in his
anything. You can
mind?
only see the controller. He's seeing visually.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys! Right?
Yo. Hey.
Came back.
Dylan.
How's it going?
Everything good?
Yeah.
Hey, you made your hair cool. Nice. I like it.
Thank you.
All right. I just won 8 games in a row.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. Sounds
Listen,
like you're.
Dylan, maybe
Yeah.
you should sit down. Do you drink? Do you want beer?
He motions
I'll-
towards
I'll
his feet
beer.
on the sofa while he is sitting on the sofa.
Oh, great,
Um,
excellent.
and,
Then maybe
We mean
I'm
lower.
sitting-
we
We
sit
said
down with
lower.
you. We sit down with you. We sit down around.
Let's take a seat.
Oh, right. You have news. Okay, good, cool, great. How's my mom?
Dylan, you want to tell him?
Well, she's.
Guys, is she okay?
Yeah,
She's
she's
trapped.
alright. She's
She's
alright.
leaving.
No. She's fine. She's in.
Yes, of
she's. You know where
course,
she's been
of
in
course.
She's been in a fantasy life sim.
Oh,
This-
cool! Is she on one of those new medical trials?
Wow, he loves it. Okay, great.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
awesome.
been she's been getting paid for it too.
Oh,
So
that'll do her good. I've been trying to send a little bit of money some her way, but it's not so easy. I can't do much here when I can't go out. I always wanted to do the fantasy life thing, but
yeah, I never got to try it either. I have a wait.
Perhaps if you save your money now, you can afford fantasy life one day.
I was gonna give him the coupon, but I forgot he doesn't leave this place, so I put the coupon.
That's
back
why
in my
he has
pocket.
plenty of money. He just
Yeah.
can't leave. He looks
Yeah,
over. Vulgo, you.
Vulgo's freaking out.
Uh,
I was worried he'd respond like Vulgo, so this is great.
but she?
He's doing fine. That's exactly right, Vulgo.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
We don't. We
Oh
shouldn't.
well, there's
lie.
always
We
risk with the
don't
medical
know that.
with the medical trials, right? But
Yeah, and
know,
we talked
that's
to
how they
Rex. We talked to her friend
Mhm.
Rex.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, actually,
Ah.
kind of a nice guy. Snappy
It's not
to
so bad.
Esther. He
Apparently.
goes and visits her every week.
But can't
Good.
actually talk to her.
Oh yeah, that would be why her messages didn't. Oh, I see. Do you know when she's getting out?
Two
No one
months.
knows.
We do. know.
Or
Yeah,
We were told. We were told
you do know.
2 months. I
Uh,
think.
Like a month. and
That's what they
then-
say.
It's 35 days, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, cool, great, thanks, guys. That's
Well,
awesome.
7 weeks. 7
Thank you
weeks.
so
She'll
much.
be out.
That's 70 days. Yeah, okay, never mind. 70. Yeah,
70 days.
78 days. Yeah, specifically. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a while, isn't it? But that'll be okay. I
Well,
I don't really. I don't have something for all of you. Like, I know you're all involved, but I think maybe.
Oh, don't worry about
Oh.
it. It was like on the way.
Sure, but I do have something. Something
What
little.
is
I don't
it?
know if it'll. Hey, and then he sort of reaches into his pocket and he pulls out like a little leather case. And Del, he is going to hand it to you. There are 12 plus 1
Ooh.
bullets in it.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank
I'm not
you.
sure how these work on D&D Beyond. I don't think they necessarily do. It's plus 1 ammunition, is what it will come up as. But you just basically, it's a plus 1 to damage and attack rolls for 12 shots.
Nice.
Thanks. This is awesome.
Sorry, it's only something small, but like, I don't got out a huge amount. But next round's on me. And he gestures towards the
Well,
bar.
there's actually
There's one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Oh?
Brozzig will pull out a picture.
Oh, the card.
Yes, the card. Sorry.
Yeah.
Brozzig has told you family is very important. And I know you can't see. You may have not seen your mom in a long time, but Rex has told us you also have a brother, a half brother, technically.
Well,
I show
yeah,
him
my
the
dad left. He was an asshole, but oh,
Well, this kid looks pretty cute. He does not look like asshole.
that ain't Rex's kid, right?
His name is Jacko.
No.
Your mom is a woman. She has needs. It is not for us to judge.
Frosty, where are you going with this?
Well, it's not Rex's and it's not his dad, so
Maybe this was before Rex, right?
Do you know what he does?
he
Plays
he
video
kind of
games.
he works for a
probably.
cult, kind of.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Very
he's
different
involved with the
things.
Red Cult.
Yes. He
Oh,
does some.
Primeval.
Rex wasn't sure. He says he does witchy stuff. Down in the mole tunnels, there
Do you
is
reckon he's
some.
alright?
There's. I mean, how old was the card? How long ago was this card sent? Do we know? Did Rex tell us?
The
didn't
card
know.
is from the most recent Winterfest, so about 3 months.
Yeah. So I mean, we
So
got this
3
not
months
too long
ago.
ago.
Like,
He still keeps in touch.
cults are dangerous, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one is
For
think
the
so.
most part.
If I can convince Eliana to lend me a hand, could we maybe visit sometime? See if he's alright? Get to know him? Jack,
yeah,
right?
dude. I wanted to investigate this.
I always
cult,
wanted a kid
too.
brother.
Well,
Oh wow.
I don't think the cult is gonna want us snooping round.
No, we'll visit
Talking
him,
to
right?
its
He doesn't just live with
members.
them, right? Like, I don't
No, he
know.
just
I
does
don't
stuff. He
know.
just does errands and stuff for them. Is what we were told.
If he's in the tunnels, then we can find him, right?
Yeah.
And
he
if
probably
we
just needs
interrupt our
money.
work,
We'll have to be careful.
They don't work. They just wander around being weird.
if
not,
you're so
not
sure,
right now.
but-
Just if at some point I'll have a chat with Eliana and I'll see what she thinks.
Yeah, you think about it. If you feel, like I said, I will support you. If you feel like you need to go seek your brother out, Brozzig will be there.
I can only go out if she does the thing. She has this like magic, which like makes me look a bit different. And
Oh, Vulgo
the only
has that
time
now,
I've been
too.
out before. You what?
No, I don't.
You wanna catch
No.
Vulgo, do the
No.
thing. Do the thing.
I'll gesture with my hand, and that piercing scream will happen again.
Okay, well he's
Whoa!
working on it.
Alright,
He's working
yeah.
on it.
No,
Work in
I think
progress.
like it hides me from the machines as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I see.
that is good.
She's pretty powerful. It takes her a lot of
Badass.
energy and time though, so like I'll have to ask and make petition. But it's been a long time since I asked before, so maybe she. But I'm not saying anytime soon, but sometime. Like,
Sure.
maybe in a
I'm-
couple of months. Maybe when my
this is
mum's out,
an-
we could like combine it with a visit with my mum.
Oh wow, I love that.
You know.
You know where
Totally,
to find. You know where
totally.
to find Brozzig when you are ready.
Can I just remind you? You know he's in trouble. Do you remember who he's in trouble with?
I do not have that written down, so no, I don't remember.
Me neither.
Just that he was doing
Um,
stuff for the cult. That's all.
No, you know who
Oh, Dylan is in trouble.
Dylan is in trouble with.
Oh, Dylan.
Yeah, there's a reason why he doesn't go out.
Luvon?
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought that connection might have been dropped.
Oh, he stole something from Luvon. That's right.
Did, and he has returned it, but Luvon has sworn like vengeance on him. But obviously, you guys are, you know, I want to say friends, but
Well, I think
feel
I might.
awkward bringing that up.
I think I might be sick that day that you decide to go.
well, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
sometime in the future. But I just want to remind you that if you ever any point want to negotiate with Luvon to let Dylan be allowed above ground, that you might garner that is his personal quest. Which reminds me, let me just. I will try and remember to do this to everyone at some point. But on Dylan's card, I've given you guys the ability to edit it. So if you want to put any notes directly on his handout, you can do so. I meant to do this for all characters. I totally forgot. Yeah, I know I've done it for like Kronks, maybe a couple of others. But yeah, in general, I'll try and remember to do it, but I'm putting a handout out. Just so that you are aware. But he's like, yo, thanks so much, though. Like, I really appreciate it. And you put yourself at risk for me and everything. So, thank you. And you may take that 20 XP I tried to give you a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I hear you were looking for Eliana?
Yeah, you seen her around?
Yeah, she's in
Probably
operations.
Report back in.
I think she's in a pretty good mood. Their mission that they were on went really successfully.
Great.
Oh.
Hers did too.
Mission.
Yeah, I think they were trying to steal a truck or something.
Oh.
Huh. That sounds invigorating.
Yeah. But she's in operations. It's up there on the right, like the second right. Is that where you guys would head?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Dylan will inform you that he has told the bar that the next round that you guys drink is on him whenever you choose. So if at any point you guys want to have a celebratory drink, probably after talking to Eliana, you can. But yeah, you head down the corridor and you head off to operations. And you see Eliana sort of... she's having a conversation with Ford. Let me just remember to give the note thing here. She's having a chat with Ford at the moment. And she sort of looks over and... Oh! You're back. Marvellous. I heard from Rickson Hines. So... I understand that you were successful. It is unfortunate that he couldn't come back to us, but... I'm very grateful that you did what you could.
That we did.
Totally.
The Collusion will reward you justly. See Growler and let her know that you've got a ticket to see. Right? Each.
Yes?
She'll know what to do. That's your reward, and 50 experience points, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
But, today's a good day, even if Rickson didn't get to come back to us.
You know, he seems happy with, with yours.
Of course. How would you know otherwise? There was another party interested in Rickson. Unfortunately, your returning of the talisman seems to have freed him from his protection. Rickson isn't quite sure who Rickson is these days. You did know Jezebel was furious with him knowing something. Now it seems like from what I understand, he got back in touch with us, and then he was meant to be coming to Theos. I sent Gorm out to retrieve him. Gorm said that Rickson couldn't remember who he was. He was drawing pictures.
Gorm?
No. Rickson was just drawing pictures.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, these things work in mysterious ways.
The Lord. I didn't realize Rickson was a part of the Collusion.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
He
right?
sent you to solve Rickson's problem because Rickson once was involved with the Collusion a long time ago.
I guess I totally forgot that being mentioned.
I don't remember that.
I know
She
that was an
may not
in-character
have.
reveal
She
or an
may not have.
out-character reveal.
She may not have told you that originally. You
Okay,
just
I
knew
didn't-
that
I
she
don't think
had
she did.
some sort of distant care about him. He's not an active member of the Collusion in any way, but she just wanted to help him out, basically.
Well, I think we helped him pretty well, considering he was in a lot of trouble.
You did everything you
It could
could.
be
That's
worse.
what I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I could use your help again in a few days, but for now, relax, enjoy yourselves. On the 15th, I hate to ask something of you again so soon, but on the 15th we have need of a couple of watchers, spotters, people who can keep an eye out. You're very difficult to notice because you don't have all the, you're in a unique position.
Yeah.
It would help keep Aisha safe. I don't know if you guys become friends. She speaks really highly of you.
Sweet.
So-
What would we be keeping an eye out for? Or do you not want to get into it now? Will it stress us out?
Truth be told, in Multide, there's the multi-center. I'm sure you know of it. Right? And the multi-center is basically like billions of shops that you can visit. It's one of the few, there are very few people who do any shopping, not online, if you like. But they're display shops. You order everything online when you're there, but you can just go and see so many different things, like different brands, etc.
It's where I got these earrings.
Right. Didn't I give you those earrings?
I thought your ears were not pierced.
They were. She pierced it, right? With the emerald. That lets you guys message each other. Yeah.
Oh, I meant
Yes.
my other earrings.
Yeah, his ears are pierced. But she said, right, okay, right. Mulsite, it's a good place for a demonstration.
Demonstration of what?
Like a collusion demonstration?
Taxes have gone very high for people who are below a certain bracket. We don't think that's right. Aisha is going to be the one who puts the message out that those people who disagree with the government should come to us. All we need is some spotters to make sure that she's safe when she climbs up.
What form is this message in?
It's not finalized yet, but nothing violent.
Okay.
The biggest way the collusion can work is through, well, propaganda, really. Getting the message out, slogans, getting support, getting people alongside us, getting people to express their voices.
Well,
But all you'll need to do is keep watch.
Yeah.
we could help. Maybe.
did also mention something else before, a more personal bargain. Do I sense that perhaps you've decided to take other routes?
Ooh.
It's okay.
I think we can all take care of ourselves now. Trying to drag everyone
Although
else.
Vulgo, you need to tell truth, Vulgo. Be man.
I am telling the truth.
I just want to remind you that my very last words to you before you left were do not make deals with Vikeza.
Ooh.
I just want you to know that should you in any way find yourself in trouble with Vikeza, shielding you could be difficult. Alright?
No.
So, I don't mean to say you're on your own, I'm just saying that,
You can't do much about it. We get
yeah.
it.
In all other ways, the Collusion is here to help you and support you, but that was a bargain you made on your own.
Contractually, I can neither confirm nor deny nor allude to or
I'm well
imply or
It's okay. I'm just
He
saying.
made a deal. He has lamp and
Relax.
everything. Brozzig made no such deal.
True.
You're a dirty liar, and I make that scream.
Guys, I'm
happen
gonna have to
again with the minor illusion.
retcon what you just said. I will let you know that the contract between Vulgo allows a single member to be told, single person. You three were permitted to be told, but if you try and speak of it, it just won't work.
So us included.
Yeah. So you can't then pass that information on.
Gotcha.
The contract will hold that in place, but she is aware.
I signed nothing.
At least that he has some sort of genie. Vulgo has some sort of genie influencing magic in him. She's also noticed that Krunks' influence is no longer present.
And noticed
She
his
sort of
red
nods
hair.
that you made your decisions, and I hope that they serve you well. Vikeza is a powerful ally.
I hope so.
Yeah, but
If
I
he
mean,
was an ally. I don't know if he is.
the Collusion is your ally, and as such,
deny.
I encourage you to make yourself comfortable and at home. Take your time, train up a little bit. I'm sorry we didn't have better weaponry for you. I understand that at some point you'll need some...
We're doing okay.
Look, I mentioned Gats before. If you do need to get yourself any more firearms, that's who I would suggest. I have his location. You're more than welcome to visit him anytime you like. You can get a Collusion discount.
Does he have something a little more up close and personal for Brozzig, maybe?
I can't speak for what he's got in stock right now. Gap is a dealer. Things come in and leave pretty quickly. But he mostly deals in firearms.
I look to Del and do my eyebrows go up. Huh? We're gonna go on a little shopping trip. We have a little money now.
Take a couple of days, lay low, and then we'll see. Yeah. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break. Bye-bye. Oh, hello, and welcome back to the second half of Market Deletion. We find ourselves in the Collusion base, sort of chilling out. It's fairly late at night, so I would assume that you'd head to the bar and get that drink to celebrate.
Yeah.
On Dylan.
On Dylan, yeah.
Free drink.
Yeah, I mean, when you head into the bar area, where are we? Dining area. Where did I put it?
What's this area?
This is operations that you're currently in. Here we go. Yeah, as you head down to where the bar is in the background, there's lots of sort of open sofas. There's this sort of fake candles that aren't actually the little electric ones you get on tables in restaurants. It's trying to give it a nice atmosphere, but there's very much in this area, it's obvious that you're underground in a metal base. That being said, there's a few people floating around, just sort of chilling out. Aisha is there with a black gentleman that you haven't met before. She seems like she's in quite a involved conversation, maybe verging on an argument. It's only a bit of a heated discussion. You note that Ivan and Kogan are drinking with Gorm, the turtle. And Gorm is telling a very, very long story. And
I'm not going there.
Brozzig, you will note that the dwarves seem to be having some sort of game of some sorts while they're listening to that story.
That's
game, maybe.
Okay. Krunks is in the corner with Grelza, who gave you your gear. And there are 3 or 4 other people sat around chatting. And then finally, Dylan is sat at a table with Alia, the elf, that you already have spoken to once. And one other guy who I need to find. Newton. Again, you met very briefly. Brozzig, you're heading over to Gorm, are you?
Not to Gorm, to the other two.
Not to Gorm.
So as you sit down, as you sort of approach the table, you will see both dwarves are sort of sat there, sort of tankard, right like this, and they're looking very intently at Gorm. And it was the second time that, and then suddenly both dwarves neck a massive mouthful, and then he carries on. We encountered this creature. It was a difficult time, but in that battle, we found that, and then both dwarves neck their drink again.
I think Brozzig comes over and goes, "Hey, Gorm, I didn't hear beginning of story. Maybe you start over again." And I order.
I'm so sorry.
And I wink at the two.
I-
Gorm.
No.
would like to tell you that, and then as soon as he says the word that, again, both dwarves naked.
I drink that.
And the dwarves sort of give you a little wink. And very after a moment, Ivan sort of leans over and he's like, "That, they, them." Any three, you have to drink.
Wow. Guys are
And
gonna die.
this seems to be like a regular occurrence that they sit there and listen to a Gorm story and they drink on certain words. And they're basically just being typical dwarves and having a bit of fun. Vulgo, where are you at?
I think with my newfound power, I'm gonna head over to the danger room, the training room.
It's quite late at night, so it'll be fairly abandoned, but that's okay.
Good, because then no one will see if I miss or.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
When you enter in, sorry, I'm gonna just give you a little scenic before we carry on with that. When you enter in, it is almost completely deserted. In fact, there is one person. And they're standing with their back against the back wall, right? And then at the extreme other end is those targets, and they are moving quite quickly. And you see this Leonin sort of raise a long-barreled gun. Sort of wait, and and the noise when he fires it is really quite loud. He just clips the edge of the target, and you...
Oh goodness.
And,
Oh, it's a boy.
you have met Micah before.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, of course, doesn't remember. As you... Pre-campaign was a blur to him. But as you
It
come
sure
in, he
is.
sort of takes his one shot. And it's what is it? Shotgun's looking. He sort of notes you very briefly, and he gives you a little gruff nod, and then continues onwards. What are you doing?
How far away are the targets to him?
360 feet.
Okay, fine. Then I will move so that they're 120 feet away from me. And I would like to try and hit one with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay. What does it look like when Volgo's casting his Eldritch Blast?
So like he extends his hand and he kind of he waits, and then it's like one quick flick of his wrist, and this kind of it's it's a ball of energy that looks somewhat like it has some kind of physical property, but it's like surrounded by this like pale red mist.
Okay. I like that. And does it have any different effect now than it did when you were practicing her last time?
Yes, once per turn.
That's every
when
time
I
at the
deal.
moment. Yeah.
Sure. I deal extra fire damage equal to my proficiency bonus.
Cool. So that's going to add up. And yeah, you sort of go ahead and give me an attack roll. As you get, he fires off once again. And this one strikes the middle of his target. You're taking up some targets a little further over on the shooting range, so you're not disrupting his practice.
I got a 15.
Okay, yeah, 15 hits. And as it sort of comes out, he... Nice shot.
Nice. That's 8 force, 2 fire.
Yep. The target doesn't mind.
Yeah, as it hits, and then the mist kind of fizzles away. There's like little burn marks, where it hit.
Okay. We will leave you down there practicing, and we will
Yes.
come to our two friends. Oleg and Paisley. First of all, are you staying together? Is there anywhere particular you're heading in this lounge? What's your
I
deal?
want to hang out with Kronks. I don't know what Oleg wants to do.
Who was Kronk's sitting with? The
Kronks,
armor lady?
is with
Graza?
Grelza and a couple of other people you don't know.
Yeah,
Actually-
I'll head over with Paisley if she'd like.
Cool. We were given a reward by Eliana, right? Something we
Yep.
need to trade in?
Yeah, but Grelza's not on duty
exactly.
right now, so you'd have to You can ask her about it, but you. She
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
be able
wanted to
give it
ask her what it is a trade-in for, also. So yeah.
you.
Pull up to Kronks' table. Hey,
Oh, hey. How's
what's
it going?
up, man? How's it? Great.
I noticed your friend stuck out. He didn't want
No,
to tell me in person.
Don't get me started. No, he didn't send us to do
Can I
it,
interest
don't
either
worry.
of you in the box?
Oh,
Girls will lean over. Hey! That's a, dude, not right now. No business. None of your tradie shenanigans. Pell was telling us a story. And this is the girl who's talking. She said, by the way, I'm Kaylee. Nice to meet you. Hey.
hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. Oleg.
Yeah, like it. It rhymes. And she sort of laughs at her little Aarakocra friend, who is sitting
Oh,
with
he's
you.
cute.
So there's 4 of them. So you've got Pell, you've got Kaylee, you've got Grelza, and you've got Kronks himself. Sat in this little
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sorry, I'll just politely pull up with my drink and listen to this story.
Yeah. So it's just he was just getting to the good bit. So Pell, tell him about what you did next. So I was like, yeah. So I took a dive like all the way down, right as I was about to hit the ground, I spread my wings, and I turned upside down. I took the sword and I went right between the legs, the whole way,
You
and
cut someone's nuts off or what?
No. We were fighting a dragon.
Where was this?
Me and Kronks and a couple of others. Kogan was there, and that was when Goran used to fight with us.
Wow.
We were trying to.
Goran? Do you know Goran?
Goran, you met him once. Very elderly dwarf, artificer.
Oh, okay.
He's sort of the old hat. Yeah. But yeah, he was. He'll tell you that the 4 of them were out trying to heist a land train when they ended up having to fight a dragon off the back of one.
Wow. What color was it?
Green.
Oh, nice.
And whereas you got the impression that Kieran was chatting bullshit when he was talking about these fights, you know that Pell knows his shit and has definitely been in this fight. And
I
obviously
believe that
is pretty
Kronks
calm.
fought a dragon also.
Oh yeah, for sure. If she's rolling with Kronks, then she's got to be legit.
And after a short while, just you're gonna get an elbow, Brozzig, from Ivan, and he's gonna go. Pell is telling the dragon story. It's just as much drinking, but it's way more fun than Gorms. You wanna go join us?
Yes, let us go. Brozzig.
Hey, Gorm! I'm gonna go listen to Pell's dragon story. And Gorm's like,
Wow.
I love that tale. I will join you.
I drink when he says that.
Good. The dwarves sort of give you a little clap on the back. They are impressed and will throw a d4 at you. Yeah, but as a group of you sort of gather around, Pell's telling his dragon story. And basically, Brozzig, one thing you will note is that he fights in melee range. Pell will tell you all about his mastery of the blade.
Whoa.
And
He does have a sick katana.
yeah, he is very attached to said katana. If asked about it, he will express that he has trained with it for many, many years. And he and the blade are almost as one.
Mm-mm.
He will offer to teach you the ways of the blade, should you wish.
Mm.
Or your own weapon style, if you prefer, but
I have.
only in melee combat.
I mean, I have trained. I did not always have. You call it quarterstaff. I called it mop for many, many years. I don't just mop floors. Sometimes, it gets slow, and I'm doing the moves with the mop. But I am untrained. I do not know.
We could train in the bow staff a little if you'd like. I could teach you some things.
Any help I can get? Do I have to sign the contract in blood like someone else who I cannot mention? Or is it just
he
like
smiles and looks at
thing?
Krunks and no contracts with me. It's a free offer.
Then-
I'll teach you a little
then
bit,
yes.
and if you like it. I have been looking for someone to pass on some of my heavier knowledge to. A lot of these, they're not very delicate people. Not that you look particularly delicate either, but nuance escapes some. Perhaps it will escape you too, perhaps it won't. But we could give it a go. Maybe on the training mat at 6 a.m.
I do not know meaning of word.
Mm.
But I will be there.
That doesn't surprise me.
Brozzig looks at his beer, and all the beers. Thinks about all the drinking he's been doing today, and kind of sighs a little bit.
Oh no, he's got to get up so early.
But yeah, I mean, once Pel's finished telling his dragon story, Kronk sort of looks around and, so where is that friend of yours? Vulgo.
Huh? I look around.
Oh yeah,
Hey, guys, where did he get off
My
to?
steel returned to me about 3
I
hours
think he
ago.
went down to practice his finger guns, you know?
Oh.
Wait, he took a deal with someone else? I thought he might have done. The power came back to me.
No, of course not.
Give me a deception check, Paisley.
Okay. I don't want to hurt Kronk's feelings,
You did.
but it's an 8.
No, I'm kidding. But he sort of, yeah, no, I figured. It's alright. Don't worry about it.
I told him you're the coolest guy in town, but
That I am. You don't want to take a deal with me?
It's I'm thinking about it still. No business at the table, right?
No business at the table.
Actually,
Katie's
I was rooting for you, Kronks.
You strike me as somebody who'd rather be firing a gun from a distance. That ain't my shit. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, spend your time with Dylan.
Yeah.
He has. He's a gunman, but he's much more like a sort of twiddling pistols in short range sort of gunman.
Yeah, I like his little Tommy
not a little
gun.
sharpshooter.
I was just gonna say, he's like, guns on my thing. I'm like, but he's holding a gun.
Oh, is he? No, but he, you know,
Yeah, he looks like a cool
Kronks has
mobster.
spun a piston a couple of times, yes. But he's much more a sort of like short range, on the draw cowboy sort of pistol guy, not a
Wow,
sharpshooting,
that's cool too.
not a sharpshooting rifleman like.
Spray and pray. He's spraying and praying.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I can visualize it now.
So
Actually, I did want to turn to Gorelza and show her my coupon and say, "Hey, I know you're not
Shit. What'd you do?
on the clock. What is this bad?
Oh, good.
We got this from Eliana. What does it get us?
What do you mean we? Like all of you?
Oh,
Did
yes,
we all
I
get
have
one?
one. I have one
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
we
Yeah.
did.
Oh shit! Must have put yourself in some danger or something.
Yeah, something like that. Trip down to Perdition.
No big deal. No.
You went to Perdition? Without no implants?
We have contacts.
Pretty brave.
We weren't nobody before we became here. Before we came here,
Wow.
Aren't you?
I look at Oleg like.
which is a lie. I'm just trying to
Yeah, she looks at
be
you.
clear.
Well, sure. Look,
Not buying it.
we've got a bit of a separate selection. Stuff that either Goran made or some more, I don't know, mysticky stuff. I don't really understand a lot of them, but they hand in for an item. You get to choose.
Nice. Oh
Very
boy,
much
can't
like to take
wait.
a look at these. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
By
I don't
the
know,
way-
some of the stuff's kind of cool. Yeah. I don't get many, we don't get many of those. Apart from Shift, he always seems to bring them.
Wow.
You were saying?
I was going to ask. There must be some sort of workshop down here if Worm has time to make all these creations.
Oh yeah, Goran has a workshop.
Is it open for anyone's use or?
No. But Goran will appreciate some help. He's getting on. I work in there too sometimes. I do some of the more metal work. But we could spend some time in there tomorrow if you want. I'm on duty from 6, but before that.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Alright, sounds good. As this conversation sort of winds down to an end, Golda sort of looks at you, Paisley, and so, he's got his machines and things, and he wants to hit things with a stick, and your friend's practicing downstairs. What's your shtick?
Well, I've always had pretty good eyesight, and I was a decent shot.
You guys were
back
training
down
for something?
in the tunnels. Huh?
You guys were training for something? What about the fighting? You worried about fighting?
I mean, kind of.
Damn.
I don't want
I fought a lot on that game that you streamed. What was
Yeah,
it called?
exactly.
That's right, 2K2.
Yeah, that. I gotta catch up to Dylan at least. I can't let him embarrass me again.
I suck at games. Okay, this intervenes over. Yeah, she does.
You gotta find the right one for you. Maybe like
Oh,
a
she's
cooking
been
game.
through almost all of them, and she is shit, I tell you. Well, man, I'll give you a run for your money on Destroyer 2K2. We can play some games together. I'm not as good as
Okay.
Dylan, but, well, no one is.
Yeah.
Comes with having nothing else to do with his life. With that,
Yeah,
he sort of
kind of blows.
rolls up a little piece of paper and then puts it in a straw. Spits it over at Dylan, hits him in the back of the head. Dylan sort of, yo! What?
Disrespectful.
You talking about me? Yeah. She sort of, I meant, like, what's your deal? Like, how come you joined the Collusion?
Oh, that. Well, basically our whole life was just forfeit by someone much more powerful than us.
Oh, you have protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went out to
Yeah.
Perdition? Yeah, you got cojones.
Maybe it's more that we're not that smart.
Girl just sort of shrugs it. Me neither. Isn't really true, she's an artificer, but sort of, she's not got much common sense at least.
She has low wisdom.
Alright, well. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
And,
I mean, you guys have been great.
So, certain people start petering to bed at this point. The two dwarves, Ivan and Kogan, are going to stay up and play a drinking game with Krunks. But everybody else sort of seems to peter off. Except for Aisha and the other black gentleman, who are sort of still in this very heated discussion. They're sat at the bar looking at each other, but they're not really drinking that much.
It seems so awkward.
Do we go and give her a hand or leave them to their business?
I mean, I guess we could just say hi and see if she needs a rescue. Yeah, I'll walk by casually.
Yeah,
and
okay,
just
as you
say,
get close, she was like,
"Yo,
no, I had the
Aisha."
second edition figure from 1997 or whatever year she said.
Oh.
Like 2097. And you went and took it, and that you know. Aisha, man, that was like 7 years ago now. Like, 17 years ago now. You were a kid. Come on. Like, you owe me on this one. Like, no, I don't. I ain't owed you shit since you turned me into mum. And you'll realize that she's having an argument with her brother.
Oh, it's not as
this is
awkward as
this
I
is
thought
Aegalon.
then.
They're technically half brothers, half brother and sister, but they bicker like siblings. When she
Sure.
sees you, she's like, "Yo, Del, anyone's trying to get in on my job. I've got a mission next week. Who wants to do it instead? What about big brother's looking out for a little sister or something? I'm up to it. I swear, man.
We heard about the job. It
Oh
sounds
yeah, you
exciting.
got me involved.
Well, we're still talking about that. But yeah, if you need a hand, we'll offer it.
Oh yeah.
But,
God, do I?
um,
I call the team's gonna be
yeah.
there. This is Aegalon, by the way. It's my half brother. We grew up together.
Yo, man.
Yeah, he's alright. Aegalon says, smiles. But yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm alright. So you've met
Sounded
met
like a
Aisha.
heated discussion.
Well, it's dangerous up there, you know. In Moleside, the Moldy Center is huge, and she's gonna be climbing right up, all the way up the inside of the spire, and that's pretty intense, you know. It's pretty. I just don't want to get hurt. Shit, bullshit! You just want the fame. Vulgo. At this point, I think it's fair to say you've been training for 45 minutes, an hour. Would you head back to the bar, or would you head back to your chamber?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid Krunks as much as possible. So I would try and sneak off to my bedroom. There's something I'd like to do there. But yeah, that's no, that's not in like a weird way.
In your lamp?
In a yeah.
You're gonna rub your
'cause
lamp?
that sounds weird too.
As you are heading down the corridor towards your chamber, you see a green-haired woman, her back to you. She seems to have her arm like half in the wall. She's twisting it. She's muttering quite furiously to herself.
Are you a thief?
Her head rotates a full 180.
Ugh.
She looks back at you.
Oh no.
No. Hey, you.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
It
What are
spins
you-
all the way back, and she puts. And then, as you say, what are you? Her head comes back to you.
What are you doing? Who are you?
I'm Alexis. I'm making a repair.
Oh. Okay, I'll keep walking.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Vulgo
Oh.
Fink of Fink fame.
You don't have implants.
No.
That's pretty cool. Can we be friends?
She.
Wow.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Because she's talking like a robot.
Hmm.
A what check?
Arcana.
Oh god.
She's a robot.
That is a 21.
She's not a robot, but
Okay.
she's definitely highly cybernetic.
Mm-hmm.
You've never come across anything like her before. She's got a completely human face, but she's got an almost entirely mechanized body.
I see.
And she's got lots of sort of like wires and markings that you can see on her face. Her
Yes.
eyes are also completely unnatural.
Yeah.
And right now, you can see that her arm is severed at the elbow.
Oh.
Like, she had it against the wall, and it wasn't that her arm was in the wall, it's that her arm was stopping at the elbow and she was pushing it against the wall.
I see.
Can we be friends?
I
I don't have many friends. I'd like a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're alone
okay.
here, right? I mean, you came with 3 others, but you're new, so you'll be needing friends.
Yes, I guess that's right.
I don't have many friends. People avoid me
Well- Why?
because I'm different.
In what way are you different?
I was once an experiment, and now I am part machine. And people don't like that, even though they put lots of
Really?
machinery in themselves.
I was just gonna say, you can't swing a cat around here without hitting someone with some machinery inside
From
them.
what I understand, it is different because they are people with machines in them, and I'm a machine with a person in.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What?
At first,
gonna
I
have-
was a
what?
person, and then there was a machine, and I was put into the machine.
So, you're a human consciousness in machinery?
It is my face, but the rest of me is machine. Yes, I was transported, translocated mentally.
But it's your own consciousness, right?
Yes, I'm all me.
Surprising that they didn't give you a more natural sounding voice.
I don't think that is possible. And then
Really?
she'll reach up and she'll just part her at the metal, and you'll see that she doesn't have vocal cords. She's just a voice box.
Creepy.
She is just a human face put onto a machine with a human
Are you a
consciousness inside.
prototype?
I was an experiment. They didn't
So
continue
that's
with the line.
probably that's why it's pretty. Okay. What does being your friend entail exactly?
We could play games. Not right now. I know it's late. You need to sleep.
Sus.
Has Vulgo never had a friend before?
Well, he's never had a robot friend before.
Oh no, it's like being other friends. We can
the future.
spend time together. We can chat. We can relax. We can. I'd like to meet your pet. I've heard that they're very cute.
Aww.
Oh.
Fly.
Kai is right now not with you. He's sort of in your chambers. I think it's fair to say.
Okay. Well, I could show you something if you're not too busy right now, and my eyes dart to her severed
Oh.
arm.
Yeah, one moment. Let me finish this repair. Could you help?
Uh,
It's very easy. I just need you to hold something.
Is it heavy?
No, it's just a wire. Just here. And she sort of turns her elbow towards you. She just wants you to hold the wire in place.
I'll walk over to her and very hesitantly, kind of expecting to get shocked, very hesitantly.
It's okay. It won't hurt me.
What about me?
Well, of course not. Why would it hurt you? It's my arm. One moment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then she's okay. Just push really hard, and thank you. And she's just sort of holding a wire, and she wants you to like push it back in. You can see it's slightly hanging out, basically, of where it should be. So as you sort of try and feed it back in, give me a sleight of hand check.
I will guidance myself as I try very, very hard not to like damage or anything like that. That is a 16.
Nice. You get it in, and then immediately she says, "Okay, you can let go now." And the rest of her arm just manifests.
Wow, that's impressive.
Thank you. You were going to show me something. You can all take 10 XP, by the way.
Yay!
Yes, I will. This again is going to sound so dodgy. I'm going to lead her to my bed chambers.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's only logical.
What did you want to show me?
Oh fuck, I can't yet, bastard. I was gonna take her in the lamp with me, but that's a later thing. I can only take myself in
You
there.
can show her the lamp.
Bastard. Wait, she's basically a robot, right? Can you unscrew your head?
Oh my god.
I would rather not.
Just briefly. Just
Can
briefly.
you tell me why?
Because I think your head would count as an object, and I can take objects with me.
She's full consciousness. She's a person.
Ah, nah.
She's a
Just like you couldn't take Kyan either.
Bastard. Well, I
can watch.
didn't
If you
think this through.
want to show me how you do it, even if you can't take me there. Oh
Okay.
wait, I have an idea. Take this. And she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a little tiny camera.
What?
I can see through that. You've got one too.
Oh, perfect. Great.
You guys got a camera in episode 1, a remote-controlled camera.
Mhm.
That
yeah,
allows you to
that's
see
right.
through. She's basically handed you a small version of a similar device that her eye is connected to. And you see
Perfect.
one eye just sort of turn like in its socket and then go completely black with a piece of metal across it. As you can see, she's like looking back into her head, and she's looking through that camera. Like that.
Great. So I'll take my satchel off and put it on the sofa, and then I'll root around and take my lamp and I'll put it next to the bag on the sofa.
That's right.
And then, thank you. In my bag, I'll take one can of de-stress and my books, because I can leave items in the lamp. So I'll books, soda, camera, and then.
Volko's a simple fellow.
Yeah.
As long
And
as I
then-
got a Coke and a book, I'll be fine.
Yeah, and then I'll, with my free hand, I will gently rub the lamp, and that same like pale red mist that envelops his Eldritch Blast like comes out the spout of the lamp and like envelops me, and then I turn into the mist and go back inside the lamp.
Wow.
Ooh. And you just hear from outside, sort of as if she's talking from, behind like a glass bubble. You just hear, "This is most fascinating."
Yeah, as we go in, like it's like yellowy, orangey lighting that's like very easy on the eyes. And there's no sofas or chairs, it's all just like mountains of pillows, like different kinds, like ones with tassels, different colors, but they all like go together. And there's like a big like coffee table, like the pillows are all like round the edge of the circular room, and then there's a round coffee table in the center. And so I'll put the books and the soda on the table, and then I'll sit back in the on the pillows and take the camera and just like show it, like look around the room.
Mm-hmm. And as you show Lex around your lantern, Brozzig, you are choosing to quit the drinking for the evening, right?
Well, that was the plan, but then I did see. You know what? Let me see what Brozzig would do here.
Well, Ivan and Kogon are going to call you over whether you're.
I
Drinking
mean,
or
if
not,
they
I
started
won't
playing a
have a
drinking game, a dwarven drinking game, oh, he rolled a 2 on a d20. Yeah, he's
my
going over. He's making the
goodness.
bad decision. He's
Yeah.
going over.
As they see you come over, Ivan's sort of like, "Hey, I wanted to ask you something, if I might."
Of course, Ivan.
You you come from underground, right?
Yes, I was born in Perdition. That is true.
How'd you get out?
You know, I've normally I would need at least 6 or 7 more beers before I tell this story. But you know, I feel, you know, maybe we may be some sort of kindred spirit here. So I will share. You know, it was quite some time ago. You know, maybe 100 years. Feels like it's been even longer. But you know, my mother, she smuggled me out. You know, I used to work for Black Irons. You know, to just escort stuff. My mother too, sometimes. So we used to know secret pathways in and out, and the heat got a little too hot. You know, my father got killed. It was whole thing, and
I'm sorry.
we escaped. We escaped. But it was a very long time ago.
Best friend when I was growing up. We didn't have much, but we were born topside. But my friend, his mother was Duergar. Was Black Eye. We were close, like brothers, you know. We grew up like.
Family is very important, yes.
When 40, his best friend. He had to go work down below. He said family called, you know. He lasted 3 weeks. And he got himself killed.
What happened?
He was sent to rough up some guy. Guess it was the wrong guy. He was a brother to me.
You know, this world, here above ground, below ground, it is shit, my friend. You know, we can only hope to, you know, find new family where we can and find comfort where we can.
One day, me and Kogan, we're gonna find that guy. We're gonna kill him. I would like to offer you the honor of partaking, should you wish. If you get good with that stick of yours.
Brozzig will be there. You do not need to ask twice.
Hey, Kronks! We're done with the drinking today. We've got different drinking to do. And Kronks sort of, alright, fair enough. I'm out. And Kronks will gonna head out the bar, and Ivan will look over to the automaton that's serving in the bar. It's very automated. It's got 4 arms. It's got no personality at all. And he will ask for 3 mugs of old tradition. And this deep, sort of almost slightly blackened, honeyed mead. Not particularly strong. Quite sweet. But it's often referred to by dwarves as grandmother's finest. This is sort of like a home-brewed mead. And Kogan sort of looks over. I taught him the recipe. It does well. Oh, we don't really have a name for him. We just him. And he points towards the bartending robot.
Wow.
And to settling old debts, and to making a warrior out of you, Brozzig.
To family. Brozzig will.
Kogon hesitates. And to friends. You make him in. I don't even think you need an insight check. You know that family is definitely a word that he did not like. He really didn't feel comfortable with using the word family. He stuck with friends.
I think to Brozzig, he uses those words. Brozzig uses those words interchangeably. I think a lot. I think his friends are his family.
And to that end, sort of halfway through his mug of grandmother's finest, he sort of looks at you across the ale. We haven't known each other long, but you should know that my family are evil. Evil bastards.
Who is talking to me now?
Kogon.
Sorry. Kogan, okay.
They aren't black irons. They're topside dwarves. But they're worse. Way worse. They don't get involved in simple crime. Instead, it's like slavery. They run the factories. Tough factories. Underground. I've seen them do things to people that they're not even people, you know, treated like animals. Ivan here is like family to me. I would like for you to be too, but I want you to know that my family are not good people. Not good at all.
Kogan, you know, your family is this is your collusion. This is your chosen family. You know, sometimes the people you grow up with, they are your capital F family, sure, but your chosen family is the real people that are important in your life. It's not your fault if your family has done bad things. You can only control what you can do.
That's true. That's true.
And
Thanks,
you brew
Brozzig.
a damn good grandmother's ale. Let me tell you, best I've ever had.
Thanks. To the family we choose. Another one. He calls over to the bartender. You'll be
Pella's gonna,
4 or 5 deep.
Pella's gonna kill me. They'll be up in 2 hours.
Don't worry about Pell. He has his ways of clearing your mind.
Oh, uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that.
And you're drinking till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Oleg, I'm assuming you didn't partake in the dwarven drinking.
No.
When
smarter than that.
When you were leaving, you were gonna go the following morning to see Gorham's office. It's Gorham's workshop.
Yeah, but we can see that. Yeah, we can save it for the next day.
okay.
I mean, like,
we're going the next day. That's what I'm talking about in the morning. I just wanted to clarify that was something you'd agreed, because you're going to get approached as you're heading out the bar by Alia. And she's sort of, hey, if you need someone to show you around the workshop, I do most of the work there now. It's Goran's workshop. Yeah, Goran's workshop, but it's mostly me that does most of the stuff there now. I'll be happy to show you around. I'm working till 10 tomorrow morning, but it's just Grouse is lovely, and she does some of the smithing in there, but she shouldn't show you the technical stuff. She tries.
rough around the edges.
Oh, she's an amazing blacksmith and forger, or forge worker, but not so good with the math and the technical side.
And is that?
I saw your little friend. Did you
Lenny.
Did you make him?
No, actually, I found him in Church of Enlightenment.
Whoa! You've been to the Church of Enlightenment? But what the fuck is the Church of Enlightenment? The Last Light Chapel?
Oh, sorry. Is that what it's called?
My brain just went, wait, where is that place?
I want to go there too.
I want to go to the Church of Enlightenment. There is a church.
Enlightenment.
There is a church. There is a Church of Enlightenment somewhere, but it's sure as hell it's not about AI or about devils.
The Last Light Chapel. We found that
the Black Irons are probably severely involved with the Church of Enlightenment. But yeah.
Sorry.
Whoa, you've been to the Last Light Chapel? I always want to go there. Like one of the things I made might one day need a home there, you know?
It's possible that something has already made it there. How old are you?
About 30. What's that in your years? 206?
Very likely, then.
Maybe. I make things to last, you know? Hell.
Fair enough.
You seen the way the people treat the combat dummies down there? They're lasting.
You designed those?
I did, though girls have built them.
Most impressive.
Goran was very involved. He's a strong taskmaster, but he's a traditionalist, you know? I'm more about the future.
Well, I'll be glad to work with you.
I'll be glad to show you. And she'll sort of nod to you. As you all hit the sack, the following morning, there'll be... well, let's turn to Brozzig first in the training area, because that'll happen before breakfast.
Oh yeah, first thing.
Brozzig is just like...
Oh, sorry, we've left you in a...
We've left him in
yes,
the lamp.
Vulgo, let's get you out of lamp. Sorry, I completely forgot that you're still in the lamp.
It's okay. No, it's fine.
Split
It's
the
fine.
party is a nightmare for me.
The only other thing I would have done is obviously come out of the lamp.
Let her, yes, given her eye back.
Yes, and would have gone and got
that was really
Kai, who I'm assuming
Kai
would
was
be
in your
sleeping on
chambers.
my bed.
Oh. He's very sweet. Look at him.
Yes.
Does he speak?
He does. I'm like, he was sleeping on my bed, so I just picked him up and brought him, but he's still like laid in my hand, like still asleep.
Yeah. Oh, we won't wake him, but I'd like to meet him sometime when he's awake.
Yeah.
I don't have a chamber, but I spend a bit of time at the workshop, and sometimes
But where do you sleep? Do you sleep?
I don't sleep. I can't. Oh, sometimes I can enter a state of like being on pause. It's nice sometimes to take a break. But
Well,
mostly,
if you
I'm around.
Well, if you ever want to unplug and relax with some kind of privacy, my couch is there.
Thank you. That would be most lovely. I also spend lots of time with Alia. She helps maintain me, so I'll introduce you to her. She can be your friend too. She's that elf that literally just was talking to Oleg.
Oh, okay. Yes. Cool.
It's nice to be your friend, Vulgo. You
Yeah.
can call me Lex. My full name is Alexis, but Lex with
A
friends.
little bit, Alexis. Nice to be your friend too.
And I'm gonna put that information into here. She would have told you as well that she often runs deals for the Collusion. And what that involves is basically she can take like an agreement with the Collusion to like somebody else who's involved, like mercenary stuff like that. And she's seen as a bit of a neutral party. So that's why. she doesn't tell you too much about it, but it's mentioned in the notes, so I thought I'd
Good,
put it
because
there.
Vulgo doesn't want to know too much about it.
Cool.
He doesn't want to be
You love
liable.
making deals, hearing about deals. You kidding me? It's
Mhm.
perfect.
No. No. I don't want to be liable for anything.
But after that, you head to bed, Vulgo.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So we will indeed pick up in the labs in the morning with our good friend Brozzig. Brozzig, how are you feeling this morning? Give me a con save.
Yay.
Ooh.
Bad, probably.
Oh no.
Ooh, 15.
Not bad.
Not that bad.
Yeah.
No,
You moved on to
not bad.
lighter mead, and you're feeling a bit more with it and ready, and as you sort of head on down to the training chamber, you will see that Pell is sat sort of at the center of a training mat. He's sat cross-legged in the lotus position, and he has a bow staff that he's holding with two hands between the gap between his lotus position. And he's got his eyes closed. He's just sort of, you can tell he's in contemplation and meditation. But as soon as you enter and begin to walk towards him, Brozzig, good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Oh,
Typical dwarves. You have been drinking.
we
Come
have
closer.
been-
We will solve that.
Okay, Brozzig takes his shirt off.
Okay.
And steps into the ring.
And as you walk really, really close, he whaps you around the head with the bow staff.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
And as you drop down, he takes his water skin and he just pours it all over your face.
Wow.
Let us start with the understanding that you are nothing. Nothing but a grain of dust on the bottom of my shoe. You are worthless and useless. But you will learn, and you will become more. You must become one with the world, if you are to become one with your weapon. Take your stick.
Brozzig will sort of not take his eyes off of Pell as he reaches.
He
sort of
hasn't even
fumbles
stood
around
up. He's
for-
still sat down. He
for his
just,
stick.
just
Yeah, but he
looking
didn't
for
just smack me in the face and dump water on my head.
and he sort of still
Yes.
continues to rock forwards and backwards. His eyes closed, so hasn't opened. Good. We'll hold it well. Right. Hit me. And
Just-
as you swing, he will sort of teach you very slowly to, how to leverage the weapon as much as you can. How to get the proper amount of swing on it. And all he does is teach you to hit him. 3 hours. It is exhausting. Absolutely. All you've done for this last 3 hours is just try and hit a bird. It is just the most grueling training session ever without actually being hit. And over the course of the 3 hours, he will occasionally sputter in random bits of life advice. He continually tells you you are nothing, and that you are worthless. You're nothing but a grain of sand on his shoe. Ironic, because he's not actually wearing shoes.
You think you are first person to call Brozzig nothing? I've been called nothing my whole life.
Good. You'll be used to it. And he sort of gives you a little nod, and Hell is also nothing, you must understand. Compared to you, in a battle and something, but in life, we are all nothing. We're but specks of dust that fade in the wind. And a few moments later, he starts to tell you, the most important thing in life is yourself. Look after yourself, understand yourself, and nurture yourself. Love yourself, and you will be able to awaken yourselves to others. All of his advice is completely contradictory. There isn't a huge amount that makes any sense, but he's sure as hell good at hitting you with a stick and being hit with a stick. How does Brozzig feel about this sort of aggressive stance to teaching you?
I feel like Brozzig probably learns by doing. And I think this is probably right up his alley, getting his, well, he's not getting his ass kicked at the moment, but like
No.
just doing it instead of being lectured. Although he's kind of be getting lectured and doing it at the same time. But I think he
Well,
enjoys-
yes, he's giving you a life lecture, but he's not actually lecturing you on how to hold the stick. He just occasionally sort of lower left hand, little.
Yeah, I think Brozzig learns by doing, so I think this is probably helpful. And he's not sensitive, right? So like calling him nothing is not going to bug him.
No,
it doesn't bug him at all.
And after sort of 3 hours Pell sort of grabs hold of your stick, and suddenly you find it almost impossible to move it. He lowers it down. You will always be at a disadvantage. Unless, of course, you have implants like the others. You will not be able to match others in terms of strength, in terms of speed, in terms of magic. So you must fight with two things: your mind and your spirit. We will continue to sharpen your mind. Your spirit will come later. For now, a hearty breakfast without ale.
I do have third thing maybe Brozzig can fight with. I throw a fistful of sand in his face. Dirty trick.
Wow.
Okay. He sort of very quickly sort of moves out the way. Is that a...
That passes. That absolutely
Yes.
Oh,
it's just a
Was
blind.
it a
It's
deck
blind.
save?
Yeah, just a blind.
Okay, so that's a 34.
Yeah.
Wow.
He has quite a large modifier to his deck save. And he sort of turns his head back and... Yes. That is part of your mind. It is important to understand there is no honor in combat. Only a victor.
Not on that we can agree. Not on the meat thing, but you know, I will give
You
you.
can drink at lunch.
Oh, this is fun.
There's no ale with breakfast.
Perfect.
Come, I prefer muesli.
Okay, all right, Pell. We will
He
give
will
you
need you to
away.
sort of, he will show you that he has a big bowl of muesli and granola, sort of fresh yogurt and fruit. It's, yeah, I never did like muesli. It's like eating sawdust.
What? What is
Yeah, it
that
does
word you're
taste-
saying?
It does taste like
muesli is like
muesli.
granola.
Yeah.
Usually.
Wow.
If I could just put a little
You guys
bit of
not have
honey
that?
mead in here.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that
that.
is.
We got that.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, I feel like Canada is closer to the UK
It's
than it
only-
is to...
Basically just
granola in
rabbit
California.
food.
It is
Yeah,
a
it
bit.
kind of is like rabbit food.
It's like granola, but just finer, basically.
I'll pick the raisins out of it.
Well, it's only poor Brozzig who's been subjected to this breakfast. The rest of you get
Brozzig will
beautiful fried
power-
breakfast.
Grumpy
Oh, nice.
Brozzig will drink his. He's still drunk from last night, probably, so he will drink his. He will eat his muesli breakfast in silence.
And within an hour or two, people will start filtering into the canteen. And just before we come to an end, you guys will be able to go and visit the what would you call it? Quartermaster.
Yeah.
Where Gorelza is able to give each of you some choices. So there's a few items here, but basically most of them are limited usage. So there is a wand of entangle. Wait me a second. I don't know why that's not coming up. Hello? No? Okay, well I can't ping that one.
Is this what we're trading in those tokens for?
Yep. There is a wand of binding, which does this. There is and each one of these is like a sort of twisted metal stick, effectively, with a sort of light on the end of it. There is a wand of web. And then there's also a couple of so all of those are just a reminder, they don't recharge ever. So each one of those starts with 5 charges, and once they're used, they're used. There is also... Come along, game. Sorry, I don't know why this is taking so long. I have them all open, I just can't seem to get to the next page. Thank you. There is also a pair of goggles that allow you to see at night. They are night goggles. I can't ping them. It's not working. And finally,
Single use?
Just dark, right?
I think so.
Goggles of Night usually just give 60-foot dark vision.
Yes, that is correct. That is exactly what they do. And no, they're not single use. They will work for good. And there's also a the cloak that lets you swim.
Manta?
Manta ray cloak, yeah. And finally, there are some there's a powder of sneezing and choking, and a drift globe, which are also available. So the only thing I think I didn't ping was the goggles of night and the wand of entangle.
Is Oleg the only one who can't see in the dark?
I don't
believe
think
so.
Josh has dark. Oleg's the only one who doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah.
But I'll let you guys choose over the week. I will put the full list in the chat.
Sure.
But I just wanted to hand that out before we left off. And we will come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. I will give a minor shout out to Rico for doing an excellent recap at the beginning of this session. I had forgotten just how much we did last session. I have a feeling whoever gets next week's recap is going to have a lot easier time. I'll start with Mikayla. Your MVP.
My MVP, I will probably have to give it to the dwarven bonding. Them sharing their stories over a drink, and their little drinking contest is cute. I love dwarves. So yeah, I like that. I like that Brozzig wouldn't talk to them because I like dwarves out of character, but Paisley wouldn't want to hang out with them.
I wanted to see this conversation, I just didn't want to be part of it.
Exactly.
Josh.
I mean, I think I'm obligated to say the contract and everything that happened there was really cool and a lot of fun to play with. But I also really liked Lex. I think she's very interesting and very, it's very sad that a group that's like Collusion, who seem to be so welcoming and so friendly, seem to have kind of made her a bit of an outsider, even though they've all got a bunch of machinery in them. It's both ridiculous and sad at the same time.
I think you'll understand more about it in time, but yes, I think it is very sad. She is styled after a very specific character in pop culture. I do wonder whether you have worked out too, but we'll get to that a bit later. Pat.
I'm glad we became friends with the butler, honestly.
Aw,
Like the whole thing in the limo. The whole thing in the limo was fun.
I like
so
the
I'm glad we're pals. Small secondary award to the rainbow trout joke by Mikayla because I laughed the hardest at that. That's just dumb. It was dumb, but that's my.
It was dumb. I enjoyed that. I wish I was role playing a character who might laugh a bit more efficiently. But the butler and humor are not really things that go together. Rico, everything.
I also thought befriending the butler was really interesting and cool, considering we're probably going to see more of him because Vulgo signed a pact with his master. But I think my favorite moment would be Vulgo's super awkward interaction with Lex. And like bringing her back to like, hey, come back to my room. I want to show you something. And it's just like, oh shit, wait a minute. Can you take off your head?
Yeah,
it was not know how to talk to girls.
It was definitely an interesting moment. The only thing I could think of to say was, I'd rather not.
I'm sad none of our characters experienced that.
I wish
shit
some
about
of us were there to see that so we could give him shit. That would have been, that would have been gold.
I think today was a really interesting episode. I think there was a lovely blend of the silly and the poignant and sentimental. I think it was lovely. I really enjoyed you guys going the way you disclosed things to Dylan, both about his mother and then more importantly, I think, about his brother. I thought that was a really interesting chat. And I think that it's very interesting to see your guys' response. I thought, Josh, you did particularly well in the way you responded to Dylan. And like, no, we're not doing that. Like, that, we're good. I'll be sick that day. Was really, very vulgar. And it's a very different, disparate side to Brozzig, who, of course, was like, we'll be there. Just like he then later promised Ivan that he would be there. And I think Pat's expectation that Brozzig will get himself killed is pretty correct right now. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to maybe even a whole episode next week of us sort of just shooting the shit with the Collusion and getting to know not only the Collusion people, because that's, you know, I'm sure that might be interesting to you guys, but getting to see more of each other's characters in separate areas in their own interests. Sort of taking our foot off the urgency pedal a little bit. But overall, I thought you guys did really well today. That's where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
We shall see you soon.